Ardy and Fist. Ardy and Fist. You can be sure that we're both on a list. Ardy and Fist. Ardy and Fist. Ardy and Fist. Ardy and Fist. You can be sure that we make the most pissed. Streaming through history, uncovering mysteries as to why the whites are living in misery. We keep the audience salivating as we continue navigating through centuries of adventures of the ever-evolving small-hat wizardry. Ardy and Fist. Ardy and Fist. Ardy and Fist. Ardy and Fist. Let us show you what you might have missed.
And it looks like we are live.
That's what it looks like to me.
We're
anyway.
live. Fuck me, that was a long intro. We're live. It's good to be back. It's good to be back, bros. Like, welcome everyone to another episode of Ardy and Fist. Listen, Ardy, I want to take this moment to announce to you, right? I'm going to be doing this new conference, right? It's going to be called
Oh, no.
America First, Israel Firster, right? It's going to be glorious, right? We're going to get like Randy Fine and Mark Levin and James Lindsay, right? In front of a crowd of, 15 people, right? At the glorious and luxurious Dallas Airport Hilton, right? Oh, mate. You have not seen the luxury of the Dallas Airport Hilton, right? You'll have a view of the runway, right? And I hear, right, that all those fumes, those jet fumes are like, well, look, it's going to be great. We're going to have Ishmael Ahom, right? Ongombu, Badunda Lungalungalu, right? I mean, oh, mate, all of the like proper America First types. It's going to be awesome, and nothing will go wrong, obviously.
Yeah, I mean, as long as we set it up like that classic trope in 90s movies where like, the coolest kid in school invites like the ugly girl to the prom just so he can like dump a bucket of paint on her head in front of everybody. As long as it's some sort of like Nickelodeon slime humiliation ritual that we do to them to get them all there together, then definitely 100%.
Oh, mate, why can't we have Nickelodeon slime for like the political class? Holy shit. See, that would be fucking like epic, right? You have like an event and you go up and all the audience has like a button, right? And if over like X% of the audience click the slime button, they get dumped in slimes. Like, oh, mate. That
Well,
would
I
be
mean, then who would you not want to be slimed at that point?
no. But the point would be, right, that it would be so they'd start speaking, right, and you'd be able to see like on a little dial that the speaker can't see, right, how many people have voted for slime, right?
Right.
So then when they get to like the crucial like point of their pitch, right, and it just tips over the edge, right, and the people decide on the slime. I call it slimocracy, right? If you think about it, right, it is the most legitimate form of government there is.
Whoa, you mean more legitimate than what we have now? Hard to beat, okay? The system we have is the system we have, okay? There's nothing we can do about it.
Hey, mate, it could always be worse. You could be in the fucking UK.
Well, I don't know. You see, it's hard for you to say that. You don't know what it's like to have Trump as president, okay? as if you wouldn't lie, cheat, steal, and kill to have Trump as president compared to what the fuck is going on in the UK.
Listen, mate, I'm just glad that they're passing new laws to arrest toddlers for hate crimes.
That I refuse to believe you. I refuse to believe that.
I
now I
have the
understand how people feel when no matter how much evidence you show them, they're denying any Israel correlation or Mu correlation to anything because their frame of reality simply can't handle that, right? It's too it breaks the frame of it's frame breaking for their reality too much. That's how I feel about the UK actually passing racist toddler laws. Fellas, he's somehow not joking, but I know he's not lying, but I can't let myself believe him. It's a very conflicting feeling.
That be racist and shit. Arrest that toddler. Oh my God, there's a white toddler. He crawling around. Look at him being all racist.
Lest we forget, in 1589, it was a very common phrase for colonial settlers to say "gaga goo goo" to natives.
Oh, that's absolutely true, right? And let us not forget, in the 1400s, right, when all of the black baby population of Britain was rounded up for racism, right? They don't want you to know about that. That's why if you look in the history books, it looks like there was not a large black population in Britain at the time. But the truth is that all the babies were arrested for racism and catapulted into the English Channel.
I love the catapulting.
Sorry, what?
The catapulting.
Yes.
We really have done away with a catapult, haven't we?
They had a lot of catapults left over from like some war they were in, so they had to find something to do with it.
I love that. The catapulting because we have them, I mean, right there.
Oh, mate. So yeah, we've got the shit show. I think I've left my fucking VPN on the wrong setting. I have. That's why I'm getting fucking like lag. But we have. I'll have to like duck out and change it. We have we got an autism stream for you guys tonight, right? This is going to be pure, unadulterated, laser focused, fucking infrared guided, electromagnetically accelerated autism.
It's tragic that what we're going to be doing is actually journalistic. That's the saddest part of the stream is that it's actually going to be legitimate inquiry and research that we've done to deliver this ragtag product package to you. We could do this stream 8 times in a row and it would come out completely differently every time. Every time we go to start talking about it, dude, we go down a different rabbit hole. I almost didn't get out the blast. We were doing this so much just now.
Yeah.
Where it kept leading to another thing. Yeah. So it is going to have to lead to me probably having to do a whole separate stream on it at some point.
Mate, it's a deep rabbit hole. Like I don't even know what the fuck we're even looking at. Right.
Well, so here's the weird thing. There's America First. Let me try and set this up for everybody. There's America First, United. Right. Now, Nick Fuentes is known for America First, right? So clearly, just because you add United after doesn't mean like it's an association with America First is what it sounds like. Also, Amy Dangerfield, who we will learn a little bit about, is an Australian woman who put on America First United, a woman.
Yeah, I would like to apologize on behalf of all Australians.
Who's been in the United States for 6 years, and she's running the America First United movement wearing a blue and white America First hat, which is a Nick Fuentes hat. Okay? So
I mean, I think this glows, right? Like I don't want to be that. I don't want to be like James Lindsay, right? And just automatically assume that like all your ops, right? Like all the people are like bots and stuff like that. But there is some genuinely weird sort of, I mean, dark money. I mean, what else? What else would you call it? Right?
We can't say we necessarily found a fire, but the smoke is blinding.
Yeah, the smoke is very weird. There's like links to like weird shady crypto shit and gambling companies. I don't know, right? Again, I don't want to be like.
Well, what breaks my heart? What breaks my heart is that Joel Webbin and Calvin Robinson went, but they did do a good job of disavowing the event because it looks like they somehow had enough money to like pay for everyone's flight. It seems very well funded. And so I'm assuming Joel Webbin was like, okay, well, it's probably legit if they're paying for my flight and it's America First United.
I reckon what they did, right, is they did the networking ladder, right? So you sign up a few people, right? Then you leverage those few people to get more people. This is the Henry Kissinger way of doing shit. You ever hear that fucking story about how like Henry Kissinger's like,
Oh, as the
I could,
bodies are rolling in, wax poetic about Henry Kissinger.
right. So Henry Kissinger had this story about like he was like to some sort of like lowly person, right? Like I could get your like daughter married to like a Rothschild, right? And the way that he'd like do this is he'd say like, oh, you know, like he'd go to one person and be like, oh, you know, don't you like want to marry a Rothschild? And they'd be like, oh yeah, that sounds like great. No. And then he just sort of build it up with this like back and forth.
Yeah,
yes. like a ladder, but it's sort of a ping pong kind of back and forth. I wish I could remember more of the thing. It's been a while. And also my brain sort of recoils from such mooish social magic. But I bet you that's how it went down, right? Because Joel Webben was saying like, oh, it seemed like a great opportunity to network. So my guess would be that they got like a whole bunch of people signed on before they went to people like Joel Webben, right? And then by the time they got to him, they're like, oh, we've got like so many people coming. It'll be a great networking event.
Very ragtag from what I've heard from Vrillium, but Vrillium is saying it. It's you know, I had to take the word of a compulsive liar to try and piece this together. So everything I'm taking in has to be cross-referenced and taken with a grain of salt. But there is confirmation that a high-ranking Groyper, Beardson, was asked to go to the event, I think, less than 24 hours from the event. They were like up until the event, they were asking people to come.
Right.
That's what it sounds
like.
Right.
Right.
And so, then even people. So for example, when Vrillium was speaking, Joel Webben was just showing up. It's very ragtag as to how it was.
Right. So okay. So this supports my theory. Okay. Right.
Mm-hmm.
They were just getting as many people as they possibly could. Right. And towards the end of it,
from both sides,
they were saying like, look how many people are already coming. Right. We'll pay for your flight. I don't know whether their accommodation got.
Did I tell you how many speakers were there for the 9-hour period? How many booked?
Wasn't it like 90 speakers? Or something crazy like that?
It was 27 speakers in 9 hours.
Oh,
all of them called speakers.
Dude, like that's not. Did they even break for lunch? Like, was it like literally? No, because we saw the live stream, right? It was just like wall to wall for the entire 9 hours, right?
Where's that live stream now? It looks like they took down the live stream, and luckily, your boy Ardy over here does have me showing the live stream. I showed the live stream yesterday, and they privated it and took it down today, which is incredible. But
it's basically unwatchable because
even if you had it, it's unwatchable. It's like almost like 35 to 45 seconds off, and you can't correct it. People have tried. You had 2 options.
And it was run through like a weird pitch shift filter
as we'll see. I don't even think it was run through a pitch shift filter. I just think they tried to do too much technologically, whatever they were running it through.
Listen, man. Like, no. Listen, look, okay. You do not, as far as I'm aware, okay, right, in all of my years dealing with like audio speech, there is not like a natural thing that just imposes like a pitch shift on a live signal, right? I'm sorry, right?
Pitch shifter. Then why would that?
My guess, right, is that they had like a dog shit AV team, right, and they were using OBS, and someone was using an old OBS config, and they didn't know because OBS is like tricky, okay, right? Like it's you know it's a free piece of software, it's very crufty, it's got like. And they didn't. And if you want to like examine all the filters like on the audio thing, it's like a few clicks around. And if you don't know, like, that's what I reckon. I reckon someone was using like an old OBS template, and it had a pitch shift in the audio chain, and they just didn't know about it.
We do have a Tom Foe sighting in chat. Good to see you, Tom Foe. The girl who ran it always fucks up her live streams. That is very believable. She does have an entire 4 live streams on her channel. So she knows what she's doing, okay?
Yeah, there's a lot of people like associated with this just have insane numbers of subscribers, but very little content, right? Again, I don't want to be like, oh my god, they're clearly bots, but like it makes my sussy gland palpate, if you know what I'm saying. Right? Right? It makes it sort of like I just don't I know a lot of people in the in well, I guess I don't know what years what would you call the space that we are in? You know what I mean, right?
You know many more people on the back end than I do. We're going to put it that way. On the back end. We're going to put it that way.
And I don't know any of them, right, who have like this many subs and that little content. Right. In fact, what I know is a lot of people with the opposite, right? Like,
this has happened with X. People have this happens with Isaiah L. Carter. He has 180,000 X followers. Okay. It's almost impossible to consider him to be a content creator, even though he does put out content, right? None of that translates into any actual engagement. So people are like, all, yeah. And keep an eye out. Him and my spidey senses are telling me within a month, him and Brilliam are going to be doing something because he was in Brilliam's DMs recently.
It'll be like Rift Part 2. Right, hang on, wait. Yiz has responded. We call it the dissident sphere or the pro-white nationalist sphere of creators. If you're referring to all of us, yes, I am referring to all of us. Yes, I hope you're well. You should check out Yiz's channel. She does like good stuff. Okay. Oh, yeah. So what do we? I've got to switch.
Okay, so this is I'll talk for a little bit.
Okay.
So this event is the issue with having specifically a negative identity, just being against Israel. Okay, it takes more than just being against Israel. You have to be pro something, which was Joel Webbin's message when he was at the event. And I watched Joel Webbin's video on this, and I was like, please, Joel, please disavow the event. And he disavowed the event. He said what should have been said while still sticking true to his message and still, I mean, they put a Muslim woman up after him. The Muslim woman in the thumbnail, they put after Joel Webbin. Ooh, I'm going to save it too. Ooh, I'm going to save it.
I think I'm back. Yeah. Can you confirm I am in fact back?
Yes, you are, sir.
Okay, good. Right. Yeah, so I mean, like, okay, so look, so we've got a bit of Moo Watch,
yes,
right? For you all. I've got a little bit of UK sadness, right? Because fucking you think you have known sadness. You think you have known communism.
I try and tell them.
The United Kingdom.
I try and tell these motherfuckers. You think it's bad here.
And you know, the reason why I want to like sort of point this out, right, is I want you Ameribros to like to love your country more, right? Yes. Like really, it could be worse.
I'm not joking. All Fist wants the Ameribros to do is love the United States as much as he does. Okay?
Well,
unironically, I'm saying
parts of the United States.
We know what is meant by that. All right.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of downtown Memphis, right?
I was just gonna say, all he wants you to do is love downtown Memphis as much as we all do, right? That's clearly what I mean.
Shit. Okay, so okay, hang on. Let's get this up.
Let's massage the people.
Wait.
They're tense.
We got a couple of super chats.
Oh, sure.
Well. Radio Guy for $10. Thank you very much, mate.
Hey, whoa! Let me find my stuff over here.
over here. Employ him here. Overworked, understaffed, and an auditor on his way. Glad you guys are here to make the workday better. Best morale boost on YouTube. Oh,
it's my favorite compliment. That's one of my favorite compliments, and I know Fist feels the same too. Because you know what it's like to be out there in the gold mines and the salt mines, right? Long days. And we used to, fellas, back in me and Fist's day, you couldn't have a headphone in at work. Okay, you had to have no headphones in your long 8 to 10 hour days. All right.
Yep. Yeah.
Back in my day,
if we can make your work shift like just a little better, man, that's gold, mate. That's gold.
Definitely.
Isaac for $5. Hey Isaac, how you doing, mate?
Oh, mate.
I had 5 ads for someone to say that South Africa is not Western anymore. Save the West. In your opinion, Ardy and Fist, why does everyone on the dissident right wing fight with each other?
No. Let me take this. Okay,
yeah, please.
It's not that everyone is fighting with each other. Okay. So we haven't really been allowed to talk to each other publicly for the most part. It's been a lot of, and I say we, Fist, Yiz, other people have been on this side of dissident right-wing politics for like a decade now, much longer than I have, okay? So I am trying to unify people, but at the same time, right? I'm just trying to exhibit some discernment over here, okay? I just didn't know that South Africa was considered a part of the West. I just learned that today, okay? So, hey, I'm new. I'm new to the right wing. I'm still learning things. I had no idea that whenever we said the West, we meant Ireland and South Africa. So,
Brother,
I'm learning as quick as I can.
The only part of Africa that is part of the West is Rhodesia.
He's going for it, dude. The South African accent, you have to try and sound like Die Antwoord, which is nearly impossible. You get all zeffy with it.
I quite like the Antwoord, actually.
Me too. Have you ever seen him live?
I haven't, but
I have, and it was ridiculous.
But like "Baby's on Fire" is like, it's such a freaking good track, man. I love that video clip as well. Fucking like awesome.
Talk about people that really own white cringe and made it into like an actual trend.
Fuck yeah. I really love that sort of like,
that's like good white trash, quality
yeah.
white trash, real white trash. I'm on board with it.
Okay. New GM for $10.
Rocking everywhere.
Good to see you, Nuge. How you doing, mate? Hey, boys. Happy Cinco de Drinko. Ay. I have a 6-pack of Corona. Mate, make sure you're wearing a mask if you're drinking that Corona.
Oh, get him out of here. That's it. Go on.
1 growler of a lager from a local brewery. Oh, see, I'm a fan of the growler from the local brewery as well.
Nice.
See, it's a man of culture right here. And whiskey. What kind of whiskey? But I need to keep it at a reasonable level until after Bible study tonight.
There we go.
Yeah, well, you know what it says in the Gospel of John. Fuck you, buddy.
Dude,
Yeah,
but like the Bible study is someone who's a Protestant that's very ortho-curious, and I believe someone that's studying for catechumen. How do I say the word?
Yeah.
Catechumen.
Yeah, catechumen, yeah.
Okay. So those are the two that are leading it, and then they have conversations. Then people will just come in and just listen. Or if somebody has a question, they can ask a question. Or even if you don't ask a question, they themselves are just discussing it and what they think it means. It is like the epitome of an actual Bible study.
Nice. Caleb Knight. Hey, Caleb, for €6. As we all know, Auction House got all the bear elves, and Britain supplied the forced labor to the Atlantic trade via catapult. I'm delaying the stream. I'm EP. Caleb, this is the deep, secret, hidden history. You can't just say that stuff on stream, mate. You'll blow the minds of the normies, right?
It's not his fault. He's EP. You know how he gets when he's EP.
I do. Like, look, take a nice nap so you're not so EP, Caleb, right? And come back. And Canadian Patriot for $5.
There he is.
Dan Bilzerian is going to crush Randy Fine in the election. It's going to be a landslide. Come help Dan's campaign. Ian Malcolm just joined the team today. Well, I mean, yeah, good luck.
We will see how that goes. I mean, Randy Fine is a big man. That's it.
and I would like to say that we are not too proud to take paid political advertising on this channel. If you back it with a zip chat,
exactly. We're not too proud. I do it, but I wouldn't be proud about it. Okay, I wouldn't be proud about it.
Hey, man's got to eat. Know what I'm saying? And Anime Discourse for $20.
Oh, hello there.
Tuesday is dive bar day for me. Oh god, I miss dive bars.
I know. Every time.
Don't know what to tell you, fellas. I'm about 4 shots of tequila in with these Latin ladies. Ay caramba. See you on the restream. I paid for on the secret down low that only true fellas know about. God bless you, Anime Discourse, and good luck with the Chiquitas.
He's going to bring them to church. Clearly, I mean, you know,
of course,
Latinas are still white adjacent, right? Sometimes the church needs a little bit of flavor, right? We want just to be all white, very inclusive.
No, I'm afraid, Anime Discourse, you're not allowed to be with the sexy Chiquitas, right? You know,
he's spreading the word. Okay.
right? You know, they can brown you, but you can't bleach them. That's how the rules. Look, I didn't make the rules, right? 4chan made the rules. I'm gonna lose my 4chan card, right?
Oh my god! Warn me if you're gonna do that.
Right, super chats achieved. Okay,
Oh.
so let's check in with Mike Levin. He's very, very angry, which is unusual for Mike Levin. Is I'm sure you're aware. He's usually such a calm fellow. But this is quite a telling comment, right? You're seeing this all over the West basically at the moment. They're just like, does no one care about the Holly anymore? And no one wants to like say it sort of out loud, like, well, no, not really. Like, you know, we got our own stuff going on. In the UK, in Britain, I got to stop saying UK. I fucking hate that term. Yeah. In Britain, it is particularly pronounced after the struggle snuggling sessions, right? And just seeing the difference between the way the government treats violence against, like, you know, white children versus how they treat violence against the moose, right? Like it's so disparate. Like it's given people like whiplash, honestly.
Yep. Hate crimes against Jews in Europe are through the roof. Against Jews in the United States are through the roof. Does anybody care about World War II and the Holocaust anymore? We're supposed to hate Israel, hate Netanyahu. The Jews got us in this war with Iran. The president has said over and over again, BS. I make the decisions as president of the United States. But the drumbeat goes on and on and on. People are going to get hurt more than already have been hurt, and people are going to get killed. We have a media in this country and a Democrat Party in this country. And
when you say people, Mark, I presume you mean a specific group of people, because people, generally speaking, as a category, are always getting hurt, right? This is one of the things about life. Ardy, do you think there's any particular group of people that he's talking about when he says people? I don't know, mate.
Well, yeah, his countrymen, right?
Right, Americans. Of course. How silly of me, right? He cares, right, about the people down in Appalachia. He cares, right, about all of those people who are like messed up by those hurricanes, right? All those, like, you know, white people. He cares, right? I've got the most horrible fucking thing coming up, right? 60 Minutes did this like thing on white supremacists like helping hurricane victims, like how horrible it is. I know some of people who went down to those areas to like help. Really nice people, lovely people. And 60 Minutes is like, well, oh my God, don't you know the white supremacists? You know, this is how they recruit, by being nice to people.
Right, you're forgetting that Christianity has redemption. Okay, secular liberalism, people are irredeemable. Okay, you're forgetting that. They're completely irredeemable, no matter what they do.
Frankly, a woke right in this country, mostly podcasters, that are giving aid and comfort to a vile enemy that has killed thousands of Americans and that has maimed thousands of Americans. The greatest support of terrorism in the world that has tried to assassinate our president and other public officials. And we have people in this country that act like it's no big deal. They accuse the Secretary of War of war crimes. They accuse the President of the United States of war crimes. It's disgusting.
And posit, notice how that's not illegal to accuse them of war crimes. Now, in other countries, it's illegal to doubt the Holly. I just think that's wild. You're allowed to do that.
Well, you have this very pesky thing called the First Amendment, Ardy. It's incredibly inconvenient. It allows people to say all kinds of horrible things. Of course, we know we don't have enough support to actually reform the Constitution, but perhaps if we just go to the state governments and just get around the First Amendment, it'll be fine. Fuck.
Well, I mean, I don't think you should be too afraid of that. I don't think these people actually have a history of getting around rules. Okay.
Now this is quite interesting. This is a sort of a Moorish person who is decrying all of the sort of like immigration into the West. Okay, well, who was it who? I mean, it just happened. There's no reason, right?
What do I see when I look at Britain? You can get me in trouble. I'm going to lose friends over this, but it's what I see when I look at Britain. Every time I hear Britain's debate between English identity or British identity and multiculturalism, I'm deeply confused. What does multiculturalism mean? It means that Englishness, if you will, is an empty vessel in which cultures live together. The vessel of being a country, that vessel is neutral. is empty of content. There has been an elite project in Britain, in America, in Canada.
An elite project, you say? That
Empty
sounds
vessel.
sounds
This-
very anti-citrus.
Now, we can't say that they view us like that because of what's in their book, that we are just empty vessels waiting to be programmed and filled with. We now see how the trans thing happened, the whole queer thing, the whole identity without an essence. That is literally reformed Moodyism converted into social theology.
Insane.
In the English-speaking world, and also France and Germany and other places in the West, to empty identity of distinctiveness and culture, and into that empty vessel pour any old random thing, literally any idea unexamined. And so you now have in Britain, you have a very small minority of radical Islamists. They are tiny. Most Muslims are not. They're tiny. And they can run your streets because...
Wait. Is he suggesting that a small motivated minority can completely take over a Western government? That sounds very, woof, right? He's sounding a bit close to the edge there, bro.
It has to be that. How do you view that as anything other than antagonization? It can't be by accident.
They literally have no self-awareness. It's fucking hilarious.
Everybody else is an empty vessel. You look at an idea and you say, that's not me, that's not us, and you spit it out. But if you don't know what me and us is, you can't look at an idea and say that. I sometimes think that the tension between Israeli Jews...
Pause it. What is me and us when it comes to moose, by the way? Can they define it? It's everything.
Cool.
See, with us, it's nothing, and with them, it's everything. But neither one has an actual definition.
Well, you gotta ask Ardy, do white people even have a culture?
Are we allowed to? I would say yes. But am I allowed to say yes?
He says fucking white monster in one hand, fucking burger in the other, driving like through America with like, I don't know, some fucking like tricked out fucking car, right?
Yeah, what
playing,
pops
like...
into your head when you, this is what.
Yeah, it is. It is
like
what pops
here.
into my fucking head, right?
It's
It's my happy
as
place.
As he's on the plane to America, that's the picture he's drawing on a piece of paper on the plane. You know, he's just imagining.
Shitload of guns in the back. I'm on my way to the public range. I got a bunch of like tannerite, just gonna like,
Right, yeah.
shoot it, you know.
He goes to Burger King and goes, I'd like a burger and a gun. Thinks you can get them in the same shop. He thinks they sell burgers and guns at the same place.
Don't be silly, mate. You go to Shields and you buy the guns on the way to the Burger King.
Yeah. I'd like one of your finest burgers and one of those automatic machine guns I've seen in Commando.
Do you have any burger specials that come with an AR-15?
It do be like
And
that.
then, is that ketchup or gun grease you just served me, you galah?
and the rest of the West is that we know exactly who we are. One of the most precious things you could give your children is 1,000 years of culture, is who you are and who you have been. Now, I'm an Israeli Jew who firmly believes that a nation can be multiracial. I'm a little worried about multicultural because culture is the single most important decider of human behavior. It's the single most important thing to having a cohesive country. And to
This is what they do. They create the problem and they go, hey, whoever created this problem, I think we need to change it. This is the history of the West for the last 80 years.
Yeah, because eventually the problem boomerangs and starts affecting them. And then they're like, well, hold on a second. Right? Like, I mean, this is why they're getting no sympathy. Because none of them gave it, where's the Muish NGO for, the promotion of whites? You had a Grok thing about that where Grok could not find literally one fucking example.
If you really press Grok, there may have been one or two times kind of in the 70s. And that's really all you get. Because if you say none of them, it's like, well, there was maybe one. Really, my favorite, though, is if you ask AI, can you be an atheist religious moo? And they're like, well, it's funny you should ask that because... And then it goes into this big, long, justification of how you technically can. And you go, can you be an atheist Christian? And just, nope.
No.
Very, very short. It's just, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. When you ask the Moo version of that question, it's 500 words. I'm not joking. It is 5 words. It's no, you cannot. It says something along the lines of, no, that doesn't make any sense. Christianity has actual rules compared to Moodyism, dude, which I'm learning in the past few months It's hilarious. You talk to a Christian trying to do some shady stuff, they're like, no, you can't do that. Yeah, but like, isn't there like a way around it? And they're like, what? That'd be lying. Like, it's completely different.
Learners who have been trained by generations of elites to not know who you are because of a misunderstanding of what happened in the 20th century.
You have been mistrained by elites to not understand who you are.
Whose fault is that over the last fucking century? Who else has been teaching me? Isn't that your fault?
Ardy, just the elites, right? We don't need to get too specific on what kind of elites.
The globalists.
Fucking
the people who have been communicating with each other internationally in New York City since 1843. You know, the globalists.
It all goes back to fucking Theodore Adorno and the other Frankfurt School fucks.
Because of a misunderstanding of where colonialism comes from or where World War II came from, as thinking too much about your own culture or thinking your culture is too good is what caused the Holocaust. Germanness did not cause the Holocaust. There's a beautiful book, The Pity of It All by Amos Elon, Israeli historian turned anti-Zionist, but nevertheless a smart guy. Amos Elon, in The Pity of It All, it's a beautiful history, first of all, but he basically tries to argue that it could have ended differently. I agree with him. By the way, that's a stupid argument for anti-Zionism because it didn't end differently. It ended exactly the way it ended. But it could have ended differently. It isn't inherently biologically German to commit a Holocaust.
Yeah, well, Adorno disagrees with you, mate. Right? Marcuse disagreed with you. All the Frankfurt School and all of their associated anthropological and sociological institutions disagreed with you. So
also,
thanks for that.
Also, notice the separation of, see, I'm not saying that it's biological, okay? It's Germanness, right? So when they say dismantle whiteness,
yeah,
they're not saying white people. They're saying we need to kill whiteness, which is completely different.
See, I mean, he's absolutely right. If you eliminated the population of Germany and you replaced it all with Somalians, right, they would still be governed by Germanness, right? The logic is irrefutable, right?
And the idea that you would then no longer have Germanness as the answer to World War II or to the 20th century is itself fraught with all the problems that, frankly, Europe faces today. You are not as moral and kind and gentle as you believe, and there is real danger in what is happening now in the West. After World War II, as a lesson of the terrible
so when he just said in the West, do you think he also included South Africa? I just wanted to raise that question because this is new to me. So he also means South Africa when he says the West.
I don't know. The Moos did have a very large role in the unfortunate outcome of South Africa, by the way, right? For ages, like Israel just deflected any criticism that they had by saying, oh, well, you know, we're not South Africa. Like, no, I'm serious. It was like a whole thing.
And genocides of World War II. Europe decided from now on, we're going to be nice. You know why they turned nice? Do you know why they suddenly had tolerance for their minorities? Because there were no minorities left. There's nothing special about post-war Europe except that they had succeeded in the destruction of minorities. Europe has spent 80 years thinking it's now the most moral place in the world without ever actually testing itself. And now,
oh, fuck off. Just roll it up. Oh my God. Fold it up, roll it up, shove it up your fucking, oh my God. Oh yes. Europe hasn't had any minorities. What the fuck are you talking about?
Suddenly Europe has large minorities. What's happening to European politics? They're radicalizing. Le Pen can win 40% of an election in France, something nobody could imagine 25 years ago. Now we're testing. Europe needs confidence. The West needs to know who it is, what it is. Anybody can come in. Sure, let them in. Know who you are, and they become part of you. Don't forget who you are, and immigration is safe. Forget who you are, and you are literally asking not for the immigrant to be the problem. You will be the problem in 20 years.
You just have to remember who you are. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just do that. Thanks for the advice, Small Hat. Appreciate it.
After systematically destroying, right, censoring and rewriting history, right? You just have to remember who you are, man.
Hey,
right?
You know what I'll do? I'll join a men's drinking club that's ironic, and the initiation is to name 5 breakfast cereals while they're fucking hitting you, and the theme song is "Proud of Your Boy" by Aladdin. I think let's call ourselves the Proud Boys. Let's just do that. How the fuck did that go? And what mooish NGO was advocating for the Proud Boys to be allowed to get together and do that?
So speaking of Britain, the UK, okay,
the UK.
There are like council elections on at the moment, right? So we're getting shit like this, right? The soy man cometh.
Restore MP. I mean, he says people will think he's racist, but he doesn't care. And I think not caring whether people think you're a racist or not is not good.
It's not good. You mean it's bad? Yeah, I mean, it's bad.
You see a lot of hatred, a lot of extremism, especially Jewish community, especially at the moment.
Some of their views and approaches are racist. The idea of protecting our women and kids against foreigners is, I think, despicable, really.
That is.
Right.
I don't know if I've heard. I haven't heard too many Americans saying that. I don't think anyway. They probably wouldn't say it that way. That's really like mask off and direct. I think it's disgusting that we defend ourselves.
The idea of defending your
idea of it,
like just the idea, right? This is the kind of shit that's like, as we slide further into like full hardcore Bolshevism, this is the kind of shit that's coming out.
And I think we need some creative solutions for that. My family, we live in a community. There's 11 of us that live under one roof, 6 different families, no biological connection between many of us. And yet about, I think it's 8 million people in the UK live on their own. And with a program like the Homes for Ukraine program, many people were able to welcome a refugee into their home. And there are so many benefits to both us as hosts. It's actually bad for our mental health. We have worse health outcomes if we live on our own. So maybe we need to get creative and start being hospitable. That I know the great.
Yeah, what you need to do, right, is invite a refugee into your home, mate, right? You down for that, Ardy? Right? Like, we'll get a Somalian fresh off the boat, right? Like, stick him in your house.
Dude, I don't even want someone I went to high school with to come into where I live. Okay? Let alone a fucking refugee.
This is the kind of like the move fever is still gripping the UK. This is the kind of like shit this is from the Labour Party. This is like literally from their Twitter account. So this is like someone decided, right, that the Labour Party, like the way they should do their messaging now, basically, right, is to like scrape Twitter for stuff their opponents have said and then string it together in the voice of like another actor and being like, oh my God, isn't this terrible?
The word anti-Semitic has lost all meaning. I've yet to see a Zionist act in kindness or with love and compassion. Today, England has a government overrepresented with Zionist Jews, and it appears they care more for Israel than England. The leaders of Israel and Gaza conspired to carry out what happened on October.
Pause it. Why can't we just see her fucking face? Why do we have to just look at her? Like, she's retired. What is she to lose her job? She's like fucking 70. Who gives a shit what she looks like? Almost all old people look virtually identical at a certain age. You could just show her face. This is really adding to the ominous nature. Is that what the point of this is? The ominous.
Yeah. She's scared to speak out. All the British moves at the moment are in this like crazy fucking like bunker mentality, right? Where they're like literally convinced like it's the Warsaw Ghetto, and this doesn't take much, right? Like a friend of mine was basically talking to me about it, right? This Moorish friend of mine, and way back, like I think a year ago, he was already saying like, oh my God, it's like the Warsaw Ghetto, and I was just like, dude, like it's not the fucking Warsaw Ghetto.
Hey, remember the trans genocide that was going on 3 years ago?
It's the same bloody thing.
The London ambulance attack, of course it was a false flag. Ramming a synagogue isn't anti-Semitism, it's revenge. It takes serious effort not to be a tiny bit anti-Semitic. The money-grabbing thieves have built mountains of money over centuries. Jewish cockroaches. I don't believe any of these things. I've lived in the UK almost 60 years. I've lived happily in a wonderfully diverse community as a Jewish person. None of these statements are criticisms of Israel. They are all stereotypes, demonizations, or conspiracy theories of Jews at large. They are anti-Semitic. They are racism towards Jews. But every single one of them was said or written or shared by people who are standing for election for the Green Party in the local elections this year.
See, if only they'd said that stuff about white people, right? It would have been fine.
I mean, I think we all have done this on like Facebook and Twitter back in the day, where you just replace what somebody would say about white people and you replace it with black or moo, and then it would get banned and removed. I mean, we've conducted these crazy. No one's done a study on that.
And then there is this. This is
dude, no, I reject it. I reject reality. Okay, this is why I can't be a Christian. I have to reject the truth every once in a while. I'm gonna live in a world of lies. I'm not gonna believe that this is true.
Nurseries. This is from the Daily Telegraph from today. Nurseries urged to report racist toddlers' hate crimes to the police.
I don't want to hear you ever say that phrase ever again.
Taxpayer-funded guidance backed by Labor advises childcare workers to call authorities for incidents that could be deemed hate crimes.
Okay, fine. I'll entertain it. Has this happened yet? Have they put any little teeny tiny handcuffs on a child and they still escorted them out?
I don't know. See, like in practice, right? What this is going to be, right? Basically, is that like black parents and black kids just get to do whatever they want, right? And if they ever come up across, like, if there's ever like a white person they want to like mess up or fuck over, they can just be like, "Oh, your kid did a hate crime," or like,
"Oh yeah, it's worked so well in our public schools. Let's put it in our preschools."
Yeah. It's basically like making everyone who isn't like lily white have like the same protections of like a trans person or a moo, where they can just, you know, if you get in their way in any way, shape, or form, you can just be like, "Oh, you done did a hate crime,
dude."
Now, of course, this is from Wales, and Wales is like, I guess, possibly the most goy-beamed part of the UK, right? Like, it's a very, very white part, but they're all just goy-beamed. Like, they're all, you know,
HR, creepy HR fucking corporate speak, dude. I'm already starting to read this. I need you to start reading it or I'm going to fucking explode.
Welsh nurseries have been advised to report children for racist incidents in hate crime guidance backed by the Labor government. The taxpayer-funded guidance has been circulated in order to make nurseries, playgroups, and childminders anti-racist environments. Childcare workers are advised to call the police if a racist incident occurs that could be deemed a hate crime.
Okay.
Advised actions include calling 999 for emergencies or otherwise speaking to police officers and taking relevant action in conjunction with the police, ensuring you record all details of the incident.
They should call the police on the toddler.
Yes. Well, okay. I mean, I think in practice, again, what's going to happen is they're going to like target the parents. But like, I honestly, I don't know. Like, this shit is so clown world, right? That I just like, you know, what they're probably going to do is like take these, I don't know, toddlers, and they'll stick them in some remedial like anti-white therapy class, right? Where they'll, you know, you are now sentenced to like 3 hours a day for 6 months being told like what a horrible toddler you are. I just like, this is probably just, they're probably just going to like mentally torture them, honestly.
No,
right?
It gets so much worse. If the incident is not a hate crime, childcare workers can instead take steps, including offering age-appropriate learning support opportunities for the perpetrator.
Yep.
The toddler is the perpetrator.
Yep. And should this be met with resistance, right? Childcare workers are advised to draw up a disciplinary route with the various outcomes explained in a flowchart. I don't have the flowchart.
What the fuck would your reaction be if you got a call, not from the school, from the police, saying that your toddler was the perpetrator of perpetuating racial animus, whatever they call it? I would die. I would be incapable of not laughing.
Like this, you know, staff in playgrounds and other settings are advised to conduct an understanding audit and ask themselves on a scale of 1 to 5, how well they understand what white privilege is and how it can affect my life and the lives of others. Oh God, I hate this so much.
Yeah, well, you think you hate that. Imagine if Trump was your president. You don't know what hatred is, okay? You don't know how bad it can get. Fest, okay?
Childcare professionals are advised to audit their spaces to ensure books, dolls, posters, and displays are suitably diverse, right? So you like just black people everywhere, and make sure your anti-racist stance is visible, including in the snacks they provide.
How is this not just like Nazi stuff, Nazi paraphernalia, indoctrination? They just used colorful words instead.
Oh my God, listen to this. The guidance also warns workers that toileting practices vary across cultures.
Oh, no.
These practices may be very different from your own, but does not make them unsanitary or incorrect. Right. So if the child like shits on the floor, right, you're not allowed to say anything, right? If they're not white, because then you'll be like, oh, you done a race, don't you know that like shitting on the floor, it's like
Right. And I mean, they should all
in tradition.
They should also know that, my choke slamming teachers through windows culture is different than theirs. Okay. It may look a little bit different than what they're possibly used to.
This practical toolkit. Okay. I gotta look that practical toolkit up. I feel like that's going to come up in like another stream of mine. Just to,
you can feel it.
To, like,
you can feel
make myself rage.
It's tingling.
Now, also, this is crazy as well. So Stop Anti-Semitism basically destroyed the life of this like 18-year-old kid for a TikTok. Okay. Check this out.
Based. Nice. Nice.
So
what was the issue?
Well, the issue is that he wore his hospital ID on camera.
Yeah,
right?
You shouldn't do
that. Don't do that. Okay. Like, and so Stop Anti-Semitism. I mean, I don't know. People have been saying that hashtags aren't there, in fact. But yeah, they destroyed this guy. He's a 19-year-old man.
Oh, man. But, don't you love it? But if he was a black guy, he was a black man that gets shot by the police. So what does the black mother say? My baby. They killed my 35-year-old baby. And then they show a picture of him when he was 15, even though he died when he was 35.
And they're basically saying, right, like, it's not safe for him to be around people, right? Like, yeah, so the hashtags apparently were not on the original video, right? And Stop Anti-Semitism just like added them. Yeah, he and his friends and families will definitely love the moves after you guys ruin his life over a TikTok video. They contacted the hospital. He apologized, but I mean, right? Like,
how did you know he was making fun of the moose?
right. But
are we ready to get into it?
Yeah, we still have. Hang on. We're still not quite up to the hour. So, I got Ted Cruz. No, wait, hang on. I wanted to point this out. Okay, hang on. What the hell?
What's going on here?
What's going on here? Right. Okay. So I just want to point this out. Okay. So when I was at church last Sunday, they were talking about Bethesda, right? Bethesda is this is from John 5 in the Bible. Sorry for the non-religious people listening, but this does have a secular point. Okay. So Bethesda was this place outside Jerusalem. It was a pool where all these crippled people would basically lie around, and supposedly the water would get disturbed by a spirit that would cross it, and whoever stepped into the pool first would be healed, right? So Jesus comes along and he finds this guy who had been crippled for 38 years. Jesus saw him lying there. He says to him, do you want to be made well? And the guy answered him. He said, sir, I have no man to put me in the pool when the water is stirred up, but while I am coming, another steps down before me, right? So Jesus says to him, rise up, take up your bed and walk. And he's made well, and he picks up his bed. So he's carrying his bed, right? And the Jews come up to him and say, it's the Sabbath. It's not lawful for you to carry your bed.
It's not lawful.
I just want to point this out, right? Just to sort of the kind of society, right, that Jesus was living in was, you literally had they enforced the Sabbath to this point where you could have been crippled for 38 years or whatever, right? You get healed and you finally, you pick up your pallet, and the moos are like, oh, it's not lawful that you carry your bed on the Sabbath. They had a law for fucking everything. This excessive legalism is a big part of the whole thing. I just wanted to point that out, bros.
That's rather sad.
Okay, so final thing. I just want to play a little bit of this. Did you know that white people helping hurricane victims is very, very dangerous, Ardy?
That's why I don't help anybody. I don't want to be accused of that at all whatsoever. I play it very safe. Wouldn't want to offend anybody by helping them.
Okay.
Can you just imagine giving money to a homeless guy and he goes, do you have any friends of color before I accept this?
But the thing is, I know some of these people who particularly early last year were in those hurricane zones. Was it in North Carolina? I can't remember precisely. I'm sure chat will know. There was a whole swath of them, and they went down. They spent their own money. They went all the way down there to like help people. Apparently, it was like a shit show. FEMA was being like completely retarded. But what if you're like white supremacists or
government soften their
Communist Party never does this, by the way. It's
of course not.
literally all they do is they go out and they do nice things and they go, see, communists are nice. We never hear a story on that. Is by Moo NGOs like the ADL and the CSIS, who the person in charge of that is from the Pritzker family, the billionaire Moo funded family.
Right. I mean, he's right. Like, what you should do, right, is like squat in the ruins of your house, right, with water like up to your chest, right, and if someone comes along to help, be like, oh, well, if you're not from the government, I can't, the idea, right, that these people in rural North Carolina give a fuck about the government after they're like shit.
Yeah,
has been destroyed.
you're about to drown. Someone throws out a stick and they're like, do you want to repeal the 19th Amendment before I grab onto that?
Yeah.
Do you think women should vote? No? All right, well, guess I'll fucking die instead. I'd rather die with my principles than stay alive.
They had weapons in America, in North Carolina. Isn't the entire
in like a
North Carolina gun-free zone?
In a destabilized area where like there's no one can really get there, right? So you would be like, yes, that's what you would do to protect yourself.
Aren't there fucking like wild animals and shit,
right?
In like rural North Carolina. I mean, I have never been, right? I'm going to do the Douglas Murray here, right? But I would assume that after a disaster scenario, right, where there could be like food and bodies lying around destroyed wilderness, like there, could be like, bears. I mean, I don't know, right? Like,
let's be honest. There could be a roving gang of black people trying to take all of your resources. You need a gun. It's fine. It's okay. I'll say it on behalf of you. That's what you're scared of. Okay.
Right. Yeah. Deep Calm says there's black bears, coyotes, and wolves. Yes. Oh, and wild hogs. Those things are out. Right. To anyone listening to this, do not ever talk to fucking CBS. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Oh, I disagree. Now's the time to do it. Now's definitely the time to do it. Because I mean,
come on, man.
If you have good OPSEC, then yeah. If you're an actual organization, so like for example, with like the PMA private member organization, that authorization that Return to the Land has. So when he was talking to press, he's like, I don't. And then when this also backfired in the same way. So like it used to be that you shouldn't want to do that, but like now, what do you think the comments are for this fist? Do you think the comments are pro 60 Minutes or pro the white supremacists? They're pro the white supremacists or whatever they want to call them.
Let's have a look at the comments, shall we?
I'm just guessing. Guessing. What do you think? What do you think it is? Go ahead. For anyone listening, go ahead and read that.
Henrik from Red Ice coming in hot there. Sasha Baron, 60-minute producer, proud Jerusalemite, right? S2 Underground. Also, this is a good follow, by the way. These guys, they do like tons of like cool shit, right? And we're Heartland Americans, through the kindness of their own hearts, step to and get to work when things get rough. They take off work, max out their credit cards to donate their own supplies, travel on their own dime to the hardest hit areas, even though most also lived inside the disaster zone and were victims themselves, and solve problems that the government created through their own criminal negligence and deliberate attempts to cause suffering in majority conservative areas. Journalists, when some of the responders happen to be white.
Said Heartland Americans.
Scared. I am so scared.
Murdered.
Yeah, I mean,
getting absolutely, and that's just here, let alone on YouTube as well.
Oh, I haven't seen it on YouTube. It only gave the link for. Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know if it's on.
It was the same thing with Return to the Land. Just most of the, as we covered in I think the first episode of the stream, it was just mainly overwhelming support.
Okay, so let's do some super chats and then get into.
I'll start us off after the super chats.
Deep Calm for $5. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you, Brav.
Not related to the stream, but Josh Hammer is F2M. Just listen to his voice. A true statement endorsed by me. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I 100% take full accountability for everything he just said. Yes, it's completely believable.
Andrew Corrigan for $10.
Oh, yeah, brother.
Doesn't anyone care about the double plus real mobile bone mill machines anymore? Have we just forgotten about the roller coaster of death? What about the milking machines? So many dried up. Sad.
It
Oh,
is
it's
sad.
true. It is. It is.
Once
it is
once a
tragedy.
cow has no longer has a use, it's actually very sad. I felt that way about James Lindsay a couple of times. Where I'm like, I'm finally gonna have to hang up these udders, but nope, he keeps making a comeback.
New GM for $20. Hey Fist, Zebu Gum, I presume you mean Zebu Yum, called and need to know that you are maintaining company standards off the clock. So I need you to restart the stream so we can do all your free time performance review. P.S. The whiskey is Elijah Craig small batch. Sounds nice. Yes, I mean
Very
this
nice.
this is a reference to my other show, Clown Based Lifeforms, which you can check out on my channel with me and Aaron from Clown Channel and Chronicle. Mate, it's getting good views, man. Last episode got to 1K views. I'm happy. It's awesome. Thank you so much, Nuji. I appreciate it. Enjoy your whiskey, mate.
Oh, yeah.
King Spectre for $25.
That is Brendan Fraser from The Whale in his picture.
Where is that picture from?
It's a movie I've never seen. I've never seen the movie, but I know that I would be laughing the entire time.
I asked Rock where that image was from, and it had no idea.
They put fat makeup on him to make him look fat, and he was crying because he was fat the whole time and couldn't stop being fat until he died. As far as I know.
King Spectre for $25. Thank you very much, mate. On call at work again tonight. Just dropping in to show support. Well, thank you very much. Fist recent Golem vids have been delightful, and I've really been enjoying catching up on clown-based life forms. God bless, fellas. Oh, thank you.
Oh,
Spectre.
dude, thanks. I did make a good video on. Yeah, that was a good live stream I did yesterday. Thanks, dude. Thanks. I also exist, you know. Had a really successful video on Rachel Wilson debating Brian Shapiro. I'm glad you enjoyed that.
Thanks, Spectre. I appreciate that, mate.
So you, as you can see, Fist is not trying to inflate his own ego. These are critically acclaimed shows that he's talking about. He's just letting you guys know.
Critically acclaimed. I'd like to thank the Academy. Oh my god. This year for best podcast. Andrew Corrigan for $10. Thank you very much, mate. There was truth and there was untruth. And if you clung to the truth, even against the whole world, you were not mad. 1984 quote. Excellent. Thanks for making me feel less insane, fellas. See, he's a man of culture, right? Someone who can quote 1984 off the top of his head, fucking mate, mad respect. Thank you very much.
Well, there's been so many times where you've had to say to yourself, I'm not crazy, everyone else is, which normally makes you crazy, but this is the one time where it meant you were sane, you know?
Yep. Andrew Corrigan again for $5. Thank you, mate. Wife made dinner, so got to catch the rest later. One more for the road. Well, thank you so much, mate.
Andy's got a wife that makes him dinner. Fellas, jelly. I'm jelly over here.
Smiley Man for $5. Just tuned in on the Bethesda story and thought Fist was talking about Bethesda Studios. I'm trying to sell Skyrim even back then. Yeah, well, Jesus was the original Dovahkiin. Don't you know? Oh, hilarious. Thank you very much, Ray. Use the Eunuch for $5. Hey, Years.
How are you there?
Even my boomer mother was absolutely livid about this 60 Minutes thing. She even called it anti-white. I was so proud. The mass noticing has begun. Oh, fucking that's awesome, dude.
Also, but that's what I'm saying. So now it used to be that it was just really bastardized, used to cast a scarlet letter on them. But now it seems like a really good idea to do it because the general public, after like a good 5 years of like anti-white rhetoric, seem to be like, well, they're still helping out. And like, since everyone has now been called a Nazi, it doesn't have the sting. It doesn't have.
Years is like one of the OG white positive people have been grinding on this like 4 years. Congratulations, Years. See, the work does pay off eventually.
Absolutely.
And Jam for $20.
Jammy baby.
How you doing, Jam? Thank you very much, mate. Remember, guys, helping people is wrong if you have the wrong opinions, not hating white people, and it makes you look good. If you have the wrong opinions, you must be a shut-in loser and never interact with anyone. See, sage words there. Absolutely, absolutely.
That's advice that's going to keep you safe right there, okay?
Andy's eating for $5 again.
Come on.
I hate super chatting on this anti-white platform. It's a chore every time. I have to copy paste and edit every message like 12 times to get it through.
Now.
You're too spicy.
Well, no,
Yeah, that's the problem.
I understand, and I agree. However, sometimes entropy goes down and isn't working. Rumble, I would love it if other platforms were like Odyssey, but Odyssey is then essentially mainly like crypto, and there's not a large. I wish Rumble looked and felt like Odyssey, but I blame Rumble for a lot of this. Rumble should be doing better as an alternative.
Entropy died, mate. It's been shut down.
Okay, well, I mean, what are the alternatives really? One could say Rumble, but Rumble is fucking rough, dude. Oh boy. Yeah. Hey, the best update that they've made is what? A crypto wallet. That's been the best update. When you go to their page, it still says .html at the top, like it's a fucking high school project.
Yeah, no, look, Entropy got shut down. The Canadian government eventually got them. They did this hit piece on them where they tracked down the owners and shock horror. They were like a totally normal and wholesome like Orthodox Christian couple. Yeah. And they did this whole we tracked these people down in Europe. They were living in a country with Christian morals, enabling hate. And so, they basically, I think they've just been blacklisted from like every single bank.
Who is that? A fucking news story? There's Orthodox Christians that are trying to allow people to receive and send money on the internet.
Hey, wait, no, here's hang on, we got a couple more. Dilly long balls for $5. I still Google is X too white once a month to see what new BS they've been kvetching about.
That's not a bad barometer.
And we got one for you here, mate. Luxfer for $20.
Doink you, bruv. Let me just put that on, baby.
This is for you, Ardy. Holy shit, your latest Shapiro-Wilson debate video was amazing. That log Hal does not understand suffrage. I'm sure if it ruffle you. That was hilarious.
Well, dude, like Rachel Wilson is such a pure soul where she's like, oh, good one, dude. Because he was like, yeah, suffrage. I don't want women to suffer. Her mind, her female, like nature-based, just considerate mind couldn't have imagined that he'd be so stupid. Even though he was saying such horrible things about her, she was still like, oh, real funny. And it's like, that's Rachel. He's not joking. He actually thinks that women's suffrage means that they don't. How old is that joke, by the way, Fist? Women's suffrage. Have you seen like YouTube videos where there's men being like, oh, you're against women's suffrage, right? You're trying to stop women's suffrage and women are like signing the petition. That like joke is so old.
Mate, they just don't know. They don't know anything, man. I got to say, man, Brian Shapiro is one of the most unpleasant people I've seen in a while. Like, holy crap, man. I get like literal, just bad vibes from that
James
guy.
Lindsay a run for his money. I'm going to have to incorporate. I don't even know if I can. I don't even know if I can cow him with you, Fist. I don't know. I don't know.
It's worth the attempt. And is the night for $5. Thank you very much, mate. Just started the stream. My wife called me in a panic to say no more using the ethnic slur of my BIPOC birthright because you're babbling toddler. Because our babbling toddler said
well, you better not. You know,
you better not come to the UK. Is the night right? Your toddler will be in cuffs before you know it, mate. Okay. One more. Dillweed for $10. Thank you very much, mate. Being helped by a white supreme in your time of need is worse than being stabbed by a black and complaining about it. You know, that is true, mate. Right? Like
only two options in life. Okay.
Only two options in life. Right. Super chat. Let's go on with it, mate.
Amy Dangerfield is the one who's behind the America First United event. Once she was garnering some attention on Instagram, let me have her explain who she is in her own words. Hello, everyone. With the recent influx of newcomers and the tumbleweed rolling through my IG feed, it's probably an ideal time to reintroduce myself. I'm Amy Dangerfield, a homegrown Aussie from the heart of Queensland, an Australian woman putting on the America First United event. Interesting. I made the leap across the pond to the United States when I was just 22, and now almost 6 years later, I've come to call this place home. Wow. Didn't grow up here? America First United. That's who we have doing that. In recent years, I've become increasingly focused on the socio-political upheaval. Okay, I'm not even reading the rest of this. We get it. We get it. Catch me on YouTube. Should we even pull up our YouTube?
Wait, I've got a bio. If
yep.
Okay. So apparently she got her start on podcasts like Fresh and Fit and whatever, where she stood out from the usual panel of OnlyFans stars and Instagram girls by styling herself as the married trad wife who always agreed with the hosts. Once she started gaining traction, she became a regular guest on these shows and amassed her own base of followers. Soon after experiencing this modicum of e-fame, she promptly divorced her husband. After the red pill grift dried up, she took notice of Nick Fuentes' meteoric rise and bought the dip on an emergent subset of his fan base, a small but notable group of female followers who dubbed themselves the Groypettes.
Worst name.
Amy quickly put on the blue America First cap and began referring to herself retroactively as the original Groypette. We are seeing the culmination of this latest grift play out today. Start the clock on the impending Lauren Southern, Ashley Sinclair style crash out and rebrand once this ploy fails miserably and the Groypers rightfully disown her. Should I play this? This is like...
yeah.
So the original Groypette, like, yeah, I mean...
America First hat. When you see that America First hat, you immediately associate it with Nick Fuentes, right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Ask the Aussie girl to clear the rumors up about her stealing money from her ex and running away.
I debated whether or not I actually wanted to feature this one, but this has been a recurring thing. People who don't even know me, who, followed me on Instagram and my ex-husband on Instagram back in the day, making assertions. And those assertions are that I actually got married to him to get a green card. And once I had that green card, I then proceeded to divorce him and leave him. I would never disparage any of my ex-partners publicly, so I'm not going to get into the finer details, but basically we met in Australia, dated for 9 months. He asked me to move to Hawaii with him, and shortly after being there, he proposed. We began the legal process for me getting my green card, and during the period of that time, that marriage did not work out.
She has a really fucking weird accent.
I don't know if I could, now no offense to your heritage and your homeland, I don't know if I could do it. If me and her were banging and she was like, "Oh yeah, sheet of light over my chest," I don't know. I think it wouldn't come out. I think everything.
I need you to get up inside me like a wombat into a burrow, mate.
Oh yeah, mate. Oh mate. I don't know if I could do it. Probably not. Maybe a younger, more virile me could do it, but not now. No, not even close.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah,
her only actual work on her LinkedIn is valuetainment. Okay, that's really all she's done. She's done SEO copywriting, video editing, blah 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 blah. So really nothing, right? This is all she's done. Now, what's really fun about this? What's really fun about this is I've shown this before. So here she is sitting next to Nick Fuentes. I don't think she's like America First at this point. Okay. I think this is actually, when is this? August 3rd, 2023. Now, this is incredible. This is just an amazing
to shield you.
Mizrahi Muish moment right here. I don't know if you know who this guy is.
I do not.
Nima something. You've probably seen him on X. Look at the level of mooery right here.
Made the joke that you're using comedy as a cover to shield you, that these people are all stupid. They don't figure out what you're doing, but you know what you're doing. And I think Michael was right.
What am I doing?
You're really actually pushing hate and bigotry, man.
Which is what? Hate against whom?
Definitely towards Jewish people.
In what way? I just got done saying I have Jewish friends.
Pearl is my friend. I was on Pearl's show. Did you see when Pearl got attacked on Piers Morgan?
I did, yeah.
And if you looked at Pearl's Twitter, she literally put a Jewish guy on her Twitter and said, "I can't wait to have you back on the show." I made jokes on women for about 2 hours, 3 hours straight in London a month ago, and she laughed.
That's great. How am I pushing hate?
Hold on, and she laughed. So when she made a song about the Jewish people, I said,
we'll play the clip.
I said, okay, fine. I mean, just like Chappelle made jokes about Jewish people. I said, fine. But I think, to Pearl's credit, she's here making songs that are, I found offensive, but I supported her freedom of speech.
Well, why was that offensive? Why was that song offensive?
Well, let's play the clip and we can have this conversation. Did you want to weigh in before we play the clip?
I just want to say one more thing.
Colleges because he believes in reinstilling those values.
There's a point where he calls Nick Fuentes a pedo, and then calls him defensive for defending
Yeah,
himself.
I remember this. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's been near people that are powerful for a little bit, let's say. Okay.
Yes, and let's look at her incredibly impressive over, right? Her
Just so you guys know, this is going to be a battle of the autism where me and him take control of the screen rapidly.
This is just Years will appreciate this as well, right? All the people who've been grinding away on fucking YouTube, right? Just grinding away, right? Oh, mate, she did 2 episodes with Valuetainment Comedy. She did Her Take, the podcast, 5 episodes. It's like got Anna Kasparian, Jillian Michaels, Ann Coulter, Jack Posobiec, a bunch of other people whom I don't know. Dangerous Conversations. I presume that's like 1 season over 2 years.
So
I don't know how many.
She never has a show that goes more than I think like 5 or 6 episodes.
Here we go. 10 episodes. 10 episodes. Okay?
I still doubt it. I don't think it's a show. It just says her name. I doubt it's a show.
That's not a show. My God, I'm up to like 20 something episodes of Fist Stream, for fuck's sake. I'll be like, yes, but you don't have a studio and proper guests. Well, is it entertaining? I don't know, right? And then we've got SOS.
Yeah, that's what I just showed you.
Right. Oh, right. Okay. With Adam Sosnick.
Where she's not a host. She's just sitting there.
Right. Okay. Okay. 7 episodes apparently. Okay. So there you go. Okay. Right. That's her incredible over. What else have we got? Did you want to show a YouTube channel?
I do have it up right now. Yeah.
Okay.
And so then when you go to her YouTube channel, okay, now this is her show, episode 2, episode 4. Okay. There she is at the event, by the way, interviewing. This is it's not watchable. So she has a chat replay as well. And she also has a super chat goal for a lot of these videos.
Is the chat replay just blank?
It feels like it. Oh, there we go. No.
Oh, no. Okay. Right.
And so even when you look at the crowd, like this looks like it's taking place in a bar, and you can notice that it's sponsored by MAGA beer, premium MAGA beer, as she's wearing the America First hat. Confusing messaging. We can all agree,
yes.
right?
MAGA beer, Trump's favorite beer. When I'm bombing Iran, I like to have a MAGA beer. When the rabbis come over for dinner, I pull out MAGA beer.
And so Nick Fuentes also supports James Fishback, but she's wearing the Fuentes hat. And it's called America First United. And she's trying to be like, what? Oh, actually, didn't she just release? This will start us off proper. Mate. Didn't she just release a video, Fist?
Yeah, she did. This
called Brillium is a Liar?
Brillium. Yeah, Brillium is a liar.
Okay. Here's where things start to get a little bit stinky, fellas. And then we'll start to inch in toward the shit show that was this event.
Hang on, wait a sec. Before you do that, right?
No,
I just want to
close.
show.
I almost pushed the button. I was so close.
I just want to show a Rumble channel, right?
Yeah.
Someone in the chat was like, she does most of her stuff on Rumble. You are correct, sir. 2.3K followers. She gets a lot of views. It would seem like
on Rumble. So does Isaiah,
right? I don't.
Does she have lives on Rumble?
3 months ago, right? All the videos. Let's see. Let's have a look at the lives, shall we? Oh God, I'm a real human.
Allegedly.
Oh, that's you, Rumble. Oh, we can't verify whether you're a real human. Oh, great. It's like totally.
I'm sending Rumble over here. Okay, come on.
Okay, right. Come on.
You don't have that with YouTube. So.
Okay, so no. She's got 3 live shows. 3. right? That's it.
Hardest,
So, I don't know.
hardest working woman in the business. Okay, mind
Clearly.
you, she did have 4 there, and it was a 9-hour stream. We'll cover that in just a little bit. Okay, so Brilliam responds. So Joel Webben and Brilliam have responded, because how can you not, with how bad it went, when you have, you know, Hispanic leftist open up the show who wants to abolish ICE, and then Beryllium comes on, and then Beryllium introduces Casey Putsch. And then later on, Joe Webben goes on, and he's followed by a Muslim woman. So let's just say it didn't go very well. There was an open Q&A kind of thing. Everyone's arguing with each other. It was a clash of personalities. It went really bad. So, fellas, I believe AI made this video.
No, Amy Dangerfield.
So this is her channel that's posting this. I don't even know if
Right, but the thing is, right, she doesn't talk at like this is just a clip of one of William's videos, right? There's no response, right? Like exposed with receipts. Like what even is this?
It's creepy.
Amy Dangerfield. If you don't know Amy Dangerfield, she is a content creator and influencer. She reaches out, texts me, says thank you for me shouting her out in the video. Granted, shout out, I literally just like mentioned her in a video. In a time of growing America First voices like that of a Nick Fuentes, a Tucker Carlson, and a Kasparian, or an Amy Dangerfield, and really yours truly.
The entire thing is William speaking.
Yeah, it's just a clip from one of his videos. Like, so where's the rebuttal? Where's the expose, right? Like exposed with receipts. There is none.
Today, and I'm very thankful
It's
for the opportunity.
Very weird, very creepy, fellas. So let's get on to this event right now. We have
Wait.
Yep.
They were expecting 5 million views on this, right?
That's what they said. Joe Webben said that.
It's going to be huge, right? 35 plus confirmed speakers, 45 plus media and broadcast partners. I haven't seen like one media or broadcast partner. 5 million live stream viewers estimated. Okay. How did it turn out, Ardy?
How did it turn out? Well, let's look at this. So they claim the stream got hacked, okay? But it's okay. The stream is back online. They cannot take us down. When you click on that, the stream is restricted and privated now. Very fortunately.
It's the moves, right? They clearly hacked the account and privated the video, and now you can't do a password reset, presumably, right? Like it's the only possible explanation. Not that the whole thing was like a horror shit show.
I'm showing this for posterity because it looks like they're trying to retcon the absolute shit out of this event. I streamed yesterday. Here it said on Amy Dangerfield's channel, America First United. It's a 9-hour stream. And now it's not there anymore. They took it down. So it was unwatchable. The only clip, even if that stream was still up, I was just going to show you how the audio was unacceptable to listen to. The audio had like a 30, 45 second delay and nothing lined up.
Oh, yeah, not to mention the pitch shifting.
Well, okay, let me explain that to you. So they took down the stream and put the stream back up. They did some sort of post-processing. They then fixed the audio. So, wait, we're going to get there. Hold on. I'll just do it now. So I can't wait.
Sorry, man.
It's fine. This is how it's going to go. So here Joe Webben closes out his speech at the America First United Conference and explains all the pillars of his beliefs being Christian nationalism, patriarchy, race realism, and anti-Moorish supremacy. Now, Joel Webben released a video on this. I highly recommend watching it. It's like an hour and a half, and it's just a solid watch with him explaining things uncontested. He carves out his positions. He gives you some inside baseball about what he knew about the event. A very great video. And then promptly hands the stage over to a Muslim woman. He didn't do that, but listen to Joel Webben's voice.
Those are the 4 pillars: Christian nationalism, patriarchy, race realism, and anti-Jew supremacy. Here in an...
Do you hear how fucked up that audio is? And if you hear a hiss in the background, It's because the person that was clipping this needed to crank the audio in post so high that it raised the noise floor. So there's an insane hiss, and it's still very quiet.
Nation. Thank you.
Yeah.
But do you hear how his voice is low? So if the voice is low, that means a person was watching it live. Okay? And the way that I know that is going on over to Beardson, a high-ranking groiper is how I would describe him, was experiencing the same thing. Now listen to William's voice.
I can never know it, as
So
my
true.
forefathers did, for all that it meant to them. And yet every single day, as I see her people struggling, starving, flailing, and then strangled upon their
Why does his
enslavement
voice
to a
sound
foreign
deeper than
order
normal?
imposed
Because they
on them
fucked up the
by the
audio, so
shameful
everybody, for some reason,
machine
they have a
of
pitch
war
shifter
played
that they
by
have
those
not
who
figured out
sacrificed
is
ours.
on everyone's
Sick pain.
voices.
I see her people shackled by these great chains of
So
disparity,
everyone sounds
censorship,
deeper than they actually are for some reason. Like the audio is
meaninglessness of
so
life
bad.
ruled by Wall Street and private equity, bankers, war hawks, in this decaying
I don't even know how you do that.
stolen by internationalists who exploit and import cheap labor and bring her people the harshest of realities. Rusted
I don't know how they even do this.
So it's extra funny when you listen to her voice.
If I met you in real life, I would probably call you.
Oh
William.
no, this is during the William part when he comes in. But like when a woman speaks, their voices sound very deep and it's very silly. Now, here's what I haven't heard anyone discuss. This is why you come to Ardy. And, oh, actually, right here, her voice is going to be deeper. Listen.
That was incredible. As you guys know, we are running a little over. If I could have everyone please.
He sounds fucking trans, dude. 9 hours.
Hi, everybody.
Thanks for coming to America first.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay. So then what I want you to realize is, so now she's going to bring up a Muslim woman. Now I want you to realize something. No one's pointed this out, not even Joel Webbin. I wish he would.
The fact that she was fired from the Religious Liberties Commission for standing up to the Jewish Zionistic supremacy, just supremacy, let's just say it, within the government, right? Well, I wasn't the only person disgusted by this, and neither were you. It was a beautiful patriotic woman called Samira Munshi, and she's going to speak here next and tell you a little bit about that experience and why she resigned in.
Now, she said Samira Munshi. All right. Now, look at these two fellas. They're like, uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't like how that fucking name sounds. Watch this fucking reaction.
Protest after that happened to Gary. Come on up.
We got Calvin Robinson right here.
About to, get up.
We got Calvin Robinson right here. Look at fucking nope. We got this guy over here. Fucking nope. And we got this guy fucking nope. So let's try and count again.
And why she resigned in protest after that happened to Gary. Come on up.
This guy's already leaving. That's one that is leaving. See on the far right over here?
Yeah.
That guy's leaving. 1. Calvin's 2, 3, 4, 5. Look at her face when they're all walking out. Wow. They normally look pretty inbred, but that's an extra inbred look right there. But let's see how she handles this. Let's see what she opens with and see if the fellas would have regretted leaving and not just staying there.
Yeah, it's going to be tough following the last speaker. But Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah.
Oh, son, problem. I can't believe they left. Can you?
Yeah.
Right after Joel Webbin ends with these pillars, speaking very religiously, want to unite Christianity in the country, says it has to be a Christian country. She comes up with Wasamalam Rasulullah.
To be fair, Ardy, this is the Islamic face of Christian nationalism, right? You know, like we need to reach across the divide, right?
Now, fellas, I've given you only a sample, but you should notice that it says uncensored AI at the bottom right over here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that was their only host, as far as I saw. Their sponsor, as far as I saw, was Uncensored AI, and Uncensored AI is a rather anti-Nick Fuentes type of AI, but that's really the least of your concerns when it comes to that. Somebody was able to convince Uncensored AI that Nick Fuentes is trans. Someone said, "What's the trans Nick Fuentes situation?" Nick Fuentes is a prominent American far-right commentator and live streamer. Uncensored AI, calling him far-right, which is it's a leftist term. Let's be honest. He has been at the center of controversy for his views on race, politics, and social issues. The trans situation refers to his recent statements about transitioning, which shocked many of his followers.
Now, I got some more stuff about Uncensored AI.
Yeah.
Actually, right now, I don't know much about. I think I checked out the free version and I wasn't really impressed. Okay, there's no sort of real explanation about like what model they're using, right? It looks like it's some.
What do you mean? What model they're using for some people that may not understand AI engines?
Right. So so there's a bunch of different models of LLM. Okay, right. You know, there's Chat GPT, there's Claude, there's Grok. Okay, there's all these different ones. Now, it's most likely that this is some kind of locally installed LLM. I don't know. I just don't know is the thing, right? Usually you would expect that they would publish some details of the model that they're using. Okay, right. But they don't. Okay. And it looks like someone's gone in and tried to like basically look at the XML file, which is sort of like the soul.md of an LLM. It sets up its first conditions essentially, right?
Okay.
And it has been hard coded to deny the Holly. Okay. I mean, I'm not, against that per se.
But this is where I think, and I am not conspiratorial at all, but it would make sense that there's a rising anti-Moo sentiment, and that would be looked to be infiltrated. And this thing stinks to high heavens by the sponsor and by not everyone that went is implicated, but several people that went are either intentionally malicious or people that just want clout, so to speak, right?
Now, there's also this. Now, again, if the reason why the hard coding thing is important is because if it's being hard coded in like certain ways, is it being hard coded in other ways? Because you can get answers like this. Fuentes has pushed the narrative that Israel is an ally of the United States, despite overwhelming evidence to the contrary. I have no evidence that Nick pushed the narrative that Israel is an ally of the United States. Now, this could just be basic LLM hallucination. Okay, this shit happens all the time. Okay, but let's have a bit of a look. Okay, right. So Uncensored AI, they still have Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Cash App, and Apple Pay. You can get it on the Apple App Store. Okay, so it can't be that spicy.
Yeah, like you can get like Gab AI on there too, right? You can get like Parler on there.
I don't know. Can you get Gab AI? Does anyone know if you can get Gab AI on the App Store? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, but they've got like payment processors. And what do we have down here after the Bitcoin logo? JProof. What is JProof? You might be wondering. Well,
that sounds like if I was standing on it, the rug would be pulled out from under me and I'd fall down.
JProof is a crypto that was started by Stu Peters, right? If you don't know who fucking Stu Peters is,
I don't.
He is one of these influencers. He took off like around COVID. If I recall correctly, he was launched into fame with the allegation that the COVID vaccine contained snake venom, which as far as I can tell is not really true, right? Like, and the thing is, there's a lot of bad stuff you can say about the vax without like saying shit like this. And what my suspicion is that he is one of those people designed to make legitimate criticism look completely schizo.
Oh, you mean like America First United aligning with Muslims? And implying that America First will just go with anyone that hates the Moos.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, look, man, you're right. If someone's Israel critical, we got to align with it, man. It doesn't matter. Like, they might be like a complete and utter like degenerate communist, right? But if they're against the Moos, we have to ally with them, right? Those are the rules, right? Like, we can't question anything else. So this is the coin JProof. I remember hearing about this because it was a massive pump and dump. It hit 12 cents at its all-time high and is now worth the princely sum of 0.00328
What is it? But is it Christ coin? It looks like there's a cross as the image for it.
There is a cross.
What denomination is that? That's weird for crypto. Seems kind of like that wouldn't be recommended.
It's got a $3.3 million market cap at the moment. Nearly $100 million in circulating supply. So this is one of the things that you see with these like meme coins, right? They amp the supply to the moon, basically, right? It's a Solana-based meme coin. 960 million tokens circulating. It was created and heavily promoted by far-right podcaster Stu Peters. The project marketed itself as the first and only Christian-backed meme coin. What's it backed by? It's a fucking Solana meme coin. It's backed by fucking nothing, right? It is functionally gambling. No. It's
backed by Christ. It's Christian backed.
Oh, fuck off. No, but it's a patriot-driven token.
Yeah.
Powered by patriots to break free from the Rothschild-run banking cabal. Oh, just what a Solana meme coin. That's how you're going to fight back against central banking.
This is the sponsor of America. Yeah. This is the sponsor of America First United. Yep. And now I don't know how you could get it confused with Nick Fuentes' America First. Okay.
Right. There have been scam and rug pull allegations. June 2025, within months of launch, significant accusations emerged from within the far-right crypto community itself. Key claims included that Stu Peters had transferred approximately 20 million tokens to a market maker wallet. Insiders were creating new liquidity pools secretly with 3 million tokens and Solana without community notice. So this is basically if the token's at a certain price, right? Like one of the things you got to understand about meme coins, right, is how easy it is to issue new coins. Okay, this is a crucial thing that a lot of people don't get. One of the things about Bitcoin, for example, is that there is no quick and easy way to issue new Bitcoin, right?
Right.
But meme coins, whoever basically controls the master wallet, they can just issue as many tokens as they want, right? And this is crucial because if the token is at like X value, right, you can just issue like another 100 million tokens, sell them, ride the price down, and you like collect all the money. This is a crucial part of the whole pump and dump kind of like thing. Okay. This led to price crashes, high founder control, lies about liquidity pool being locked.
Mm-hmm. So this is not a good coin.
No. Well, look, meme coins are not good coins. Okay. Like, look, if you want to gamble on like Solana or EC20 meme coins, like Ethereum meme coins, right? You can totally do that, right? But you are effectively just gambling at a casino. But if you're down with that, that's cool. Just you're not going to make a long-term investment in this shit.
Yes.
Okay, right?
So that's the sponsor of America First United.
Yes.
That was plastered everywhere, Uncensored AI.
Uncensored AI. Now, look, I'm not saying that I mean that's a pretty good domain. I'm not gonna lie.
It's glowy as fuck.
Now, I'm not saying that Uncensored AI is necessarily the same thing, but it is weird, right? That along with Bitcoin, they also take this weird Solana meme coin. Okay, right? Like it's on their thing. So that suggests
an association.
An association. It does suggest an association, right? This is the JProof website. It's got a frog bros and a cross, right? Powered by patriots. The blockchain's first and only Christian-backed meme coin that tells it like it is.
Oh,
for
my
years.
Lord.
For years, people seeking alternative digital currencies have been forced to compete with evil organizations like BlackRock, who are actively buying up the supply of cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Yes, don't put your money in Bitcoin. Put it in this Solana meme coin. Fucking what? Here at JProof, the opportunity is limitless. For the first time ever, Christians can now make their presence known in the crypto scene by taking a stand against the central bankers and globalists who manipulate currencies and overthrow governments across the world. Right? Like this is just like
so happens they take this coin as, if you want to give them money through this, which, God knows what may have been transferred through that avenue.
Now, there's the reason why I'm focusing on this is that there seems to be a sort of loose, informal association between Uncensored AI, Stu Peters, and other outlets like the People's Voice. Now, if you don't know who the fucking People's Voice are, they are a trash. Like, I hate to use the term fake news, right? But they are like proper fake news, right? And I first ran into them when I was working for a site called the COVID World that's since shut down, and we were covering sports deaths, right? Because after they rolled out the vaccine, a bunch of people just started dropping dead on football pitches and tennis courts and stuff like that. And this site, the People's Voice, came out and they were like, you know, putting out all this like just ridiculous shit, right? People's Voice regularly quotes, features, or summarizes Stu Peters' statements in articles, right? So there seems to be an association. And just to give you an idea, right? This is the People's Voice. It's just like really sensationalist like bullshit mixed with actual stories, right? It's quite interesting. So they'll cover actual stories and then they'll just throw in like completely proper made up shit. Not like even worse, like not Alex Jones here where he like actually has an article and he's like, this is very, very concerning. Like literally just the most crazy bullshit.
Like Weekly World News type shit.
Weekly World News. And the thing is, right, like when we were covering like the really bad stuff happening with the COVID vaccine, you had fuckwits like this coming out and being like, oh, there's snake venom in it. And then all the people in the government would be like, ha ha ha, have you seen these like crazy people claiming there's snake venom, right? And it washes away like these very, very actual serious criticisms, right? But that's not all, folks. That is not all. Where did the money for this event come from? Well, nobody knows. But I will tell you one thing. This group of people, for a while, right, were pushing this gambling site.
Okay. So wait a minute.
Biggers.com.
We have some loose crypto associations, and now we have a gambling association. Because, like, they paid for all these speakers, all their flights to get there. Like they didn't make any money from this. They weren't selling anything. They didn't make any money. Only money was spent. So this makes a lot more sense.
So this is a similar group of people. We got Elijah Schaefer, of course, right? Morgan Ariel, Stu Peters, Jack Wallace, Matt Wallace. I don't know who these people are. H. Pell Davis and Sam Parker. They are all tweeting out a link to biggers.com, right? Obviously, they've taken money. They're not doing this shit for free. If you go to biggers.com, their X account has been suspended, but there is still a cache. Their website's been struck down. Play crypto casino games at Biggers. Fast deposits, big bonuses, very Christian. Fuck off. Oh, my God. Yeah, join Biggers to play top crypto casino games and sportsbook action. Enjoy fast crypto and fiat deposits, huge bonuses, and secure payments. You could just launder money through this, is what I'm saying. Right. Very, very fucking easily. If you knew the people who are running this, Biggers.com is a crypto-first online casino and sportsbook that launched around mid to late 2025. So they're completely gone now, right? They're like erased. It offers 5,000 games.
Dude, they're trying to retcon this event. This is what they do. Everything's they are running on the rug pull model of go in quick, get everyone real hyped and excited, run away, start something new. Is what it seems like.
Yeah. 5,000 games, sportsbook covering a 150% first deposit bonus up to 1,500 USDT. So they only take deposits in Tether, which is a stable coin, right? Grok says the site is fully operational. Well, I can't find it, right? Like it's down. Okay.
Yeah.
Operates under a gaming license from the Comoros, right? Which is like a weird, it's like one of the easiest places to get like a crypto casino running up, better than Curacao or Malta. Well, right. Grok says the site has not shut down. Well, I mean, I can't find it, right? The Twitter account's disappeared.
Stinky site, even if it's up, not good. Bad, as some would say.
Yep. Account suddenly closed right after big wins. Funds confiscated or withdrawals cancelled. Poor non-responsive customer support. Allegations of fake giveaways, right? Classic. So what I'm saying is this is fucking sus, right? It got a big boost from right-wing influencer marketing in late 2025, but the hype campaign effectively disappeared after the pushback, right? Their Instagram's gone as well. They just disappeared. So
Oh yeah,
what I'm
no,
saying-
hold on, Fist. They have an operational website that's up with no social media, like, right?
Look, it's not up, right? Look,
right.
I can like click on it.
Yep.
So I can't, their DNS is down. Okay, right. So like, no, the website is gone, right? They're gone. They've been shut down. So it's a fly-by-night dark money casino that's like associated with all these people. This just doesn't. I don't know, mate.
Well,
Like,
because we were trying to find out, we were trying to follow the money essentially, because Vrilliam confirmed that they paid for his flight. He's like, yeah, I got a free flight out there, so like,
yes,
I'm just gonna go out there. So they were paying for their flights. They were paying, as Amy Dangerfield said, 30 seconds out of the 9-hour stream, I saw her say that we're now going to take a break and all the speakers and their guests are getting food included. So there was meals provided for the day and airfare provided for everybody.
right. So I don't know. I don't know who paid for this, right? Is all I'm saying, right? But if it was paid for by Uncensored AI, they move with some relatively shady people. That's all I'm saying, right? So yes, and it, as you can imagine, the whole thing, it just seems a little sussy to me, right? I don't know. You got some more?
So we have America First United with Amy Dangerfield wearing the Nick Fuentes America First hat with a Muslim woman here, with Vrilliam here, who Fuentes has signed off on Vrilliam. He's pro Vrilliam. So that is what it is. And this woman here, the Doc's Ice t-shirt, was going to be a speaker there. So they're positioning this as a bipartisan, coalitional building event. Okay. Doc's Ice, we got this brown guy here who was before Vrilliam took the stage. This is the guy that opens. Now, this is very telling. At the America First United event, a Hispanic Democrat named Jose Vega spoke on how the West must atone for the past, including colonialism, the Belgian Congo, and the Holly. This is how they kicked it off. This is the first speaker.
Thank you all. I literally just got off the flight.
And you'll notice at the top it said, apologies for the desync. It's on their end. I could only do so much.
And right here, so excuse me for being late. It's good to see a lot of...
Just got there. So nobody else was there to speak, it sounds like. He just got off the plane, and as soon as he got there, he's on the mic. Is the kind of event we have going here.
Faces in the crowd, and I heard that the live stream got hacked. That sucks, but hope we'll be back up soon, and it's good to see some of my friends.
Fist, can we agree that this should have been recorded and not live streamed, and then you just release the clips over the series of weeks?
Yeah, I mean, this is the totally retarded thing, man. Right? Like they could have just recorded it. What I can't believe is they didn't have a second camera doing a local record. Like this, like you have brought all of these people together. You have one camera set up that's streaming live to the internet. You don't have a second one making like a local copy. Like what the fuck? Like
now, alternatively, I'll remind you, they have taken down the stream. The stream is no longer there, okay?
The thing is, right?
But it was, real quick, it was a 9-hour stream. If you were streaming this, you would stream it in segments. The equipment itself doesn't like to run for 9 straight hours, okay? And then if anything happens, if something happens in the 8th hour, it could fuck up the whole stream.
They could have like made a local copy on an iPhone, for Christ's sake.
I know.
Right? Like iPhones are actually really good now. They could have just like stuck like a decent like iPhone up the back on a little tripod and just like run that as like a local recording. Whatever.
Not very well run for all the money they paid into it.
Friends in the audience as well. Rex, Tim, good seeing you guys. You shouldn't pledge allegiance to a nation until you know what that nation actually stands for. And now a lot of it, they have problems with the people that founded.
As you can tell, it's unlistenable. It's quiet. The audio is continually cutting out. I'll give you a few more seconds.
This country. But my question is, do you have a problem with what this sentence says? Because if you look around America today and you look that say they have a problem
I'm not
with
skipping
the people
it.
that
That's the
founded
audio.
this country, I actually think that they have a problem with what this sentence says. Because what this sentence says.
Unlistenable. So even if the recording was still there.
Oh no,
and
no,
I'll-
get to the anti-white bit.
Keep going it. Okay. Yep.
No, skip ahead a little bit where he starts fucking talking about like, you know, the evils of colonialism and how many Indians the whites
If we
killed.
aren't doing what
It's
this
in the beginning.
sentence says, then it must be because we have a problem with what this sentence says. Behavior of the Congress and allowing the appearance of the King of England in Congress, the head of the British Empire. They apparently don't agree with either. Between 1750 and 1820, over 10 million people died on the Indian subcontinent under British colonialism. And between 1700 and 1947, British imperialism killed over 100 million people in the continent of India.
Can you
Then
just
there
pause
are-
that for a
This
second?
guy, this is how they started. He was the first speaker. This is how they start the conference, and then he's followed by Vrillium.
the way they always frame this, right, is that like India didn't have famines before the British arrived. I can assure you that is very, very untrue, right? It had famines all the fucking time. Like, oh, yeah. So there's your based and trad America First United, bros. Like,
So here's what I want you to realize as well. Now, we consider real America First to be the Groypers, okay? I'm going to have to do a stream on this probably tomorrow. Dude, how the Groypers act and behave is not how white men should act and behave. This is how the stream starts.
I use affections of urine, then do the same at your funeral.
Piss in your grave. Piss in your grave. Piss in your grave. Piss in your grave. Piss in your grave.
Piss in your grave. Just wait for the second.
That's not the white people I'm going to be associating with in any sort of pro-white movement. I'm sorry, okay? I don't mean to be too picky.
we be all white up in this business. You know what I'm saying?
So Vrillium does this really weird thing where so he watches Vrillium speak, by the way. He watches him speak, and Vrillium does this thing where he doesn't like to say he's right-wing or associate with like right-wingers, but the first person he talks to is Beardson. Now this right here is Beardson. Let me set up the association of Beardson. For anyone that doesn't know, there's going to be a swear here.
It's all right. We'll have to power through it, mate.
Hold on. Pre-watching.
This me also, who is Beardly Bearson.
Judas from the Bible? I don't know what you're talking
Who is Beardly
about.
Bearson?
Beardson Beardly? Beardly Bearson? Bearson. Beardson Beardly. My man.
Oh!
That's my nigga.
Yeah, there we go.
That's my
There
nigga.
we go.
One of the OGs, man. He red-pilled me.
Okay. So when I say high ranking, we can agree that's high ranking when he talks about him like that, right? And that's how Homeboy's acting in his movement. But Vrillium, for some reason, doesn't like to say he's right wing, but the first person he calls as soon as he's done is a high ranking Groyper
about it, but it is what it is. But yeah, that's the event.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wanted to talk to you about it, you know, especially somebody there that's on the ground, because like I didn't hear about this thing until like yesterday. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's why I kind of was like hitting you up just to get like some details, just because I was
And
curious
I
about
would have
what's going
responded.
on.
I'm so sorry. I literally, it was so frustrating because I was getting your DMs and I was trying to write back, but it kept.
Dude, I got this. Vrillium's so insufferable. I try and keep my Vrillium criticisms to my solo streams, but he keeps talking like this, like where he's like so you know when you get like banned from like accidentally like you can't respond to somebody, it's like yeah, just say that you were banned and couldn't respond.
Make a Telegram group chat, you fucking amateurs. What the fuck is this?
Like everybody fucked up so badly in every capacity of this thing. It's amazing.
Do you not have Telegram? What?
No, dude, he's a dissident right winger. Why would he know about that? Right?
Yes, let's do all of our communications through a platform that you can get like instantly banned from. Like, what the fuck, dude? Oh, come on.
Fucking saying no, you can't respond. You're muted for a week.
Yeah,
That's why I asked our mutual friend for your number. So like, dude, I need to fucking respond. I apologize for that.
No, it's all good, man. It's all good. It's totally understandable. So no worries. But yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, we've got criticisms of the event, and I kind of wanted to keep a close eye on it just because.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, we're inviting women who are selling Doc's Ice T-shirts.
She didn't show up. She didn't show up.
Oh, really?
The person he's saying that didn't show up is the woman with the Doc's Ice T-shirt. She didn't show up. She didn't show up.
Contessa did not show up. No, I know her.
He knows her. He knows the commie. He knows the communist woman. I know her. Why do you know her? I'm kind of friends with everybody. You know, she seems nice enough.
She didn't. She's like a New York influencer chick. She didn't show up.
Well, that's good at least. I mean, but the fact that even something like that even invited.
She's nice enough. I mean, she's a nice. I mean, yeah, she has some fucking.
Yeah, okay,
she has some lame ass opinions. Like
she has some lame ass opinions. It says Doc's Ice on her T-shirt, but she's nice enough. Do you see how he will sweep for any commie, for any leftist? It's incredible.
I think he's just young, mate.
He's 26, dude.
Really.
You can't. He's 26. He's closer to 30 than he is to 20. He's baptized. He's a baptized Orthodox Christian somehow. Okay, it's weird. It is weird. But yeah, I talked to her. I know her. You know, I mean, she's nice enough. Just Doc's Ice. You know, how easy is it to infiltrate William? By the way, if you give him a tiny bit of clout, like what obsec does he really have?
He has some gay ass opinions. I'm not denying that, but she's nice enough as a person.
Yeah, I don't really care about being nice, dude. The Jews run our country and they're raping us. So like,
that's fair. I mean, that's
for everyone to understand. This is how Groypers talk to one another. Okay, this is just common parlance for them that the Moos are trying to rape us, and then you have to concede and capitulate and go, well, they are. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't be friends with. Okay, yeah,
fair. That's fair. No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I mean, look, this is not like a personal attack on anybody, but it's like. You know, and Morgan Ariel, for instance, being there, it's like
that was the schnozzy bitch. Morgan Ariel.
This is the woman who's called like a pedophile.
Oh, you got something?
I got a clip of Morgan Ariel. Yeah, and
yeah, you can do that right now.
We got that fucking crazy dude with the helmet.
Everything
as well. Wait. Right. Okay, Morgan Ariel. Here we go.
Right. Let me get you right there. Ah, yeah. Arthur Schnozzarelli. Let's go. I can't hear the audio.
Wait, hang on.
Fine.
The thing has done the thing again, where it's like just, I've decided to crash your audio drivers. Thank you very much. Right.
You know,
okay.
Hey, now imagine if we grifted everybody with crypto games and it still didn't work.
Bros, we've been hacked. You must have to buy Ardy and Fistcoin now to fight back against the Moos. Only by buying Ardy and Fistcoin on like, you know, some highly like fucking weird and unregulated blockchain and giving us all of your money. But you'll make 100 times more when Ardy and Fistchain goes to the moon and fight back against the Patriot. You'll be a patriot. Fuck.
I just wanted to come on here because I see a lot of people derailing over the America First United conference yesterday. And I want to give a shout out to Amy for putting this event together in less than a month at an undisclosed location that turned out absolutely perfect. They were able to rally people together in such a short amount of time and keep the crowd small. I know that that's one of the critiques. Oh, you can't even fill a room. It was supposed to be small because there's so many bad actors in this movement that actually don't care about the country at all. They don't care about America in the slightest. So shout out to them for that. And also a lot of people that are running their mouths were begging to come to the event. So I just find that so funny. So if you have something to say, maybe you should get out and you should go physically do something and get active. And in the meantime, the rest of us are going to keep doing what we can to try to save America and free us from Jewish supremacy. And on that note, God bless.
I mean, okay, look, I get it, right? She has a point, right? You should, you know, maybe get out and like do stuff, but look at all the fallout this has caused, right?
They're trying to retcon it. They're acting like it never happened. There's no record of the event. The only record is from people clipping it, not even from the actual people that put on the event.
And look at this.
Also, William shot a video with Jake Shields that I don't think he's going to release.
Look at this, right? Like, I mean, look, I don't mean to optics fig, but
I mean, dude, this is over the top.
Okay, so the dude in the mask is like.
Oh, are we
guy.
doing neon white? Yeah, go ahead. Actually, no. Let's do super chats first and then go into it.
Okay, yeah, let's do super chats. Okay, so Sunday mass for $10. Thank you very much. I'm afraid not, mate. We're on the clock, and there's too much autism. Our brains might explode. But thank you very much.
Yeah, well, one day we will. We have to build up the infrastructure so we don't get hacked, so we can start it over.
That's right.
We can't start it over because we're being hacked.
CSI for $10. Blessed be the overtime givers. For they are wise, and I am foolish. I was not aware that I wanted overtime today. They were kind enough to show me I was wrong. Also, restart the stream.
Very nice, fella. Thank you.
I hope you don't have to do too much overtime. CSI. I hope your shift goes all right, mate. Fucking that's the worst feeling, man. Can't wait to go home. You know, no, says the boss man. You got to stay. Matty Ice for $10.
Hello there.
Is there any greater faux pas than a brown guy showing up to a nativist convention and demanding land acknowledgements, showing up late? Lamau, Calvin's afro is steaming. He does have a lovely afro. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Is the night. No, the username is I is the night here. I'm a huge Batman fan, but I'm also half black, so I have to use bad grammar. It's the rules, and I am the night was taken. Oh, he's he's half black. We can't.
We can't. The night.
Mate. Well, you know, those are the rules, right? You know, we can't possibly Thanks very much.
I is?
I is the night. I remember that. See, this is why I can't watch Gundam either. You know, on it's a Gundam on you because you know he's half black, right? So I just so conflicted, bros. Thank you very much, mate. Parkour Reed for $5. I don't know, Ardy. How hard is it to penetrate beryllium? Oh.
For me, it's really easy. I'm used to these choppy waters, okay? I am the great unifier, but sometimes I do have to be the great penetrator.
Arden Party for 5 loonies. You got to read this one. Arden?
Oh, he did the AH. That's precious. Boston accent, please. Can anyone hear Norm MacDonald's line? I believe everyone involved in this should... Me? Arden Party. Arden Party. Rumble Arden plays.
Check out Arden's stuff. Best mod in the business. His band Hammer is filthy. Thanks very much, Arden.
Filthy Hammer.
Filthy, angry Irish peasant.
Wonder what that could mean.
What are you doing not in the fields? Oi, Irish peasant. Oi, begorra. Groypers do not have any IRL plans for lobbying. Just like Tucker, who has 27 full-time employees from Fox, and Trump Jr. is on his board, all paid for. Yeah.
Also, very quickly, Buckley Carlson. So he wasn't there, but they played like a video of him at the conference. So Buckley Carlson was supporting this as well. People who went there are going to need to disavow it. That's it. I mean, you can't act like you didn't go. If there's a record of you going there, you have to disavow it. I don't know how else you get out of it.
Deep Calm for $5. This is literally what happens when you start letting random e-girls and gays be public faces every time.
Every
damn. I mean, you know. Flavius Acanacius for $10. Thank you very much. Happy Cinco de Drinko. This taquilla tastes Talmudic though.
No, tequila. You want tequila?
No, he wants the taquilla, mate. Right? The tiny tacos. That's what that means, right? It's like a taquilla. It's like a really tiny miniature taco. They're like sliders, but tacos, right? I'm getting that right, yeah. And Johnny Two Ducks for $5. Thank you very much. Here's 5 for tainting my perception of Gundam, you jerk. Oh, you're absolutely welcome. You're absolutely welcome, mate. Of course. I live to give. Right, Super Chat's achieved.
Terrific.
So let's get back to
Now,
this.
let me just set this guy up very quickly, okay?
Okay.
Because you need to hear his voice. He needs to be played. So we got Neon White Rabbit over here, okay?
I think
all of his stuff is just on X, and he's one of those people. Like, I've done some stuff on Isaiah L. Carter, okay? He has like 180,000 followers on X, but that doesn't turn into anything, right? So he feels like a big deal because of the X stuff. It doesn't translate into really any other media. This guy in the mask, in the Daft Punk mask, talks like how everyone types on X.
everybody should call out faggots and retards at every which you meant.
As soon as he says that, look at America United, F slurs and retards. Why am I here? Look at this guy in his suit. Why is he there with white neon rabbit talking? Why? Why did you think that would be a good idea? But he just talks like that the entire time. Like, dude, fuck it. Just take the fucking money. I don't give a shit. That's how he talked the entire time. So please continue.
Right. Yeah. So, okay. Hang on. I've got, So this is the guy in the mask. I mean, the thing that gets me, right, is like this could be anyone. Like honestly, right? He's mainly just like a Twitter guy. He does have like a sort of weird show, but yeah, this is the kind of like stuff that was going around.
I think everybody should call out faggots and retards at every.
Oh yeah. Nope.
America being a Christian nation, Joel Webben spoke about.
And so you're going to have to help the audience with this. So I'll help. So Joel Webben had talked about connecting different
Catholic.
Christian denominations.
Catholic.
He had talked about connecting different Christian denominations, Catholics, Protestants, and whatnot, to form an actual anti-Moo Christian coalition, essentially, and that it has to be America First, has to be Christian, has to be. So that's what he's picking up on, and then he's like, oh, but how do you guys rectify the Catholics and the Protestant stuff? Kind of, I don't know if he's trying to start a fight. I wouldn't know who friend or enemy is here. Going there, you know.
I mean, you just got a random guy in a mask, right? Like, I'm sorry. The guy, he could be anyone, like literally anyone.
All the way, Catholic, all the
He doesn't
way.
have pull.
Sorry?
You don't need him there. He doesn't have any pull. He doesn't even have that many followers on X. Like what would you see from him where you go, we need to get him there?
He's a Catholic.
I'm broad. I'm like, feel like, I mean, it's such
I'm broad.
Fucked up thing with all these immigrants coming from all over the world that don't belong here. That
that's not-
you just get a Christian.
We'll move on.
Dude, asking you what denomination of Christianity you are. I'm broad, dude. These fucking immigrants, fucking. I'm a fucking. That's it. That's all he has is sounding like that. You can't sound like that coalitionally. Keep that guy distant, right? I understand why somebody wouldn't want to invite me to an event like this, right? But they'd be fine if I was hyping their stuff on stream and in my videos. I understand how these things can work in the background. You wouldn't bring me to a coalitional event necessarily, okay? I'll put it to you that way. I get it.
So this is the guy. He does, I don't know, a show supposedly, right? The only one I could find was from like March 13th, against a green screen. This seems.
This is his
like
show. Yeah, but show all the episodes of his show. You're just showing one episode.
Yeah, there aren't really any episodes. Well, that's the thing. Okay, right. So he links to this group called like Debateless, right? Neon White Rabbit, Disclosed Nation, Base Planet, na. They've got like a website. This is his page. He's a hacker turned journalist who has had hundreds of millions of views on social media. Okay. I mean, I presume that means Twitter because I can't find anything else, right? First became known for reporting on the Indian invasion and visa fraud across Western nations, and even coined the phrase Indian fraud pipeline. He strongly supports America First and was the first to publicly endorse James Fishbeck and Casey Putsch.
Was he the first? Yeah, but he's a hacker turned journalist.
Mhm.
Okay, he has to conceal his identity. And
As
so
you can see,
you must see all these stories that he's. I'm sorry, those aren't links right there.
no, those aren't links. They're just placeholders. There's nothing there, right? The only, as I said, like the only thing I could like find is so this is the debateless Rumble channel. There's nothing on there, right? It's basically blank, right? 65 followers. And this is his show.
This is Neon White Rabbit, and I wanted to just talk real quick about what's going on. Today, Red Pill Rabbit, the account was suspended for no reason. This was not done because of an error or a bug with an X. This was done by Indian mass report gangs, which are targeting everybody who is talking about the Indian visa fraud and the current Indian invasion of the United States. The fraud is 1,000 times worse than what Nick Shirley uncovered in Minnesota. We are currently being locked out of our biggest companies by Indians who only hire other Indians and have fraudulent pipelines going direct to India.
This is X if it had a voice. Like, yeah.
Now look, I'm not against what this guy's saying, right? I'm not trying to.
That's why it can glow, though, right?
Right. I'm not
on your
I'm not
side,
trying to,
man.
Not trying to like rag on his message or anything like that, right? But there's like the debateless tag in like the bottom. It just seems like if this was like a conference for influencers and movers and shakers and stuff, there doesn't seem to be much moving or shaking involved, right? Like that's the only
very
point
stagnant wallflowers we have.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
really
what I'm
afraid
trying
to
to,
go on the dance floor.
This is debateless. I mean, they have followers, but the website is just, I don't know. It's like a weird sort of, their main claim to fame seems to be that this guy had Harrison Smith on. Fair enough, right? Like, good catch. But there doesn't seem to be anything else, right? Like this is literally the channel. There's this one sort of like stream with with Harrison Smith. It got 1,000 views on Rumble. It's from like a month ago. These just look like people who tried to start a social media brand and then gave up because it didn't take off immediately. Now, a lot of people are like that, right? If you've worked in the space for like a while, you come across people. It's not exclusively like social media, by the way, right? Like the music industry was a lot like this, right? Like when DJing was like a big thing, people would start DJing and they didn't get famous like immediately within a couple of months, and they just like give it up, right? You have got to be consistent for years, like literally 4 years, and just keep grinding and grinding and grinding. It's like sculpting something out of, you have to like hone your craft, all this kind of like stuff. So I don't know, right?
There's nothing there. It's there's nothing there. So, for example, inviting Joel Webbin. If you look up Joel Webbin, very easy to find his content, very easy to understand why you would invite him. Calvin Robinson, can understand that as well. For some of the people that were invited that have a legitimate following and would be invited for such a thing, makes complete sense. There was just too many people that were invited where it's like, it's almost like with the DNC. Remember when they were trying to get Kamala Harris elected as president and they spent $1 billion and they still somehow owe 20 million or something like that? They were just throwing money everywhere. It's very much that vibe where they just
But I mean, at least with Harris, I would bet you that at least half of that money just got like siphoned away by Somalians and, liberal newish NGOs and stuff like that, right? Like one of the things about high corruption environments is they're just incredibly inefficient because the corruption creates like a tax basically on everything, right? Like, so for every dollar that you spend, by the time it gets to the end of like whatever convoluted chain of NGOs you're using, like only 10 cents remains or something like that.
And so Tim Hale has sent me something privately to let me know that Stu Peters glows like a motherfucker. So this is Jake Lang, Napalm, National Leadership Council. We have about 5 or 6 names down. Stu Peters, National Communications Director. So he was involved with Jake Lang, who is the glowiest motherfucker that ever glowed. Okay.
Isn't Jake Lang the guy who just got rehabilitated by the Moose? Is that Jake Lang, or who am I thinking of?
No,
it's another guy. Sorry, I don't want to cast aspersions. There's another guy who was like really anti-Moo, and all of a sudden he's come out.
It's so close. It's so close. Look, Lucas Gage.
Lucas Gage, thank you.
Yeah, if you want, pop that up real quick. Is that legitimate? Because I know that guy fucks around a lot.
Apparently so. He
fucks around a lot. So is he fucking around?
He's trying to build bridges with the Moorish community now, supposedly. Hang on. Let me.
Yeah, I want the fellows to be able to tell me if this is legit or not, because I feel like he fucks around a lot. I'm very hesitant to believe that this is true. That's what I'll say.
Here we go. In era when public figures rarely admit error or pivot from entrenched ideologies, Lucas stands out as a compelling example of personal evolution. Right? Like, hang on, let's have a look. Let's hear from the man himself, shall we?
Sure.
Okay. The low IQ Janons are spurging about me just like I predicted. Here we go. We can like read his own words. Here we go. Right. This is his Substack abandoning.
That's March 2nd. I don't know. I need something up to date.
Anti-Semitism. I don't know. This is not an apology. It is a self-correction.
Yeah, so he's trolling, right? I feel like he has to be.
Is he though? Is he?
We'll have to see in the future. But
okay, I don't know. Like,
show us. I want to show Joel Webbon's response from going to the event.
Okay. Oh wait, did I not share this? Oh no, I did, didn't I? Right.
Yeah, you did. You're good.
Okay, right. Sorry. So yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't want to cast aspersions on anyone.
So we yo. Oh, Joel, you got some explaining to do. Here's what I have to hear. Okay, somebody went, and I like the person, and I support the person. I support Joel Webbon. We need a JQ Protestant. Catholic can't tell a Protestant what to do, and Ortho can't tell a Protestant what to do. They're essentially just going to try and convert him, which is what they should do. So within the Protestant community, you need someone like Joel Webbon. And also, dude, I don't want to cast aspersions either. I don't know whether or not I can pick up on his Protestantism when he responds to certain things, because he'll say like, there's a certain passage for this situation. And then I'm like, oh, is he interpreting a passage? And is that how it's supposed to be interpreted? But I don't know. I'll have to check in with that with you later. But let's see the man explain his own words.
Go, because there were some great people. There really were. There were some great people that I knew were going to be at the event who had reached out to me, said, hey, I heard that you're going to be speaking. I'd love to meet you. And so there were some great networking opportunities, great connections. The event had, it was only maybe 50, 60 people. Half of them were speakers. And just for the record, there's a reason for that. This was not an event where they were selling tickets and inviting people to come. It was supposed to be an event that was for primarily just a media event where everybody got in and we, live streamed it on Rumble, but then that failed terribly because all the tech went wrong. And, the stream wasn't working. And so nobody.
I mean, usually if it's like a large event, it's people in attendance because it looks bad when like the seats aren't filled and there's not a lot of people there when you're like streaming it. You want to stream when there's people there. Otherwise, you would want to shoot this. You would never want to show the crowd and you would just show the speaker with like a tight frame on them, right?
That's right. You put a tight frame on the speaker. You'd set up like the camera so it just showed the speaker and you wouldn't show the crowd.
Maybe a little Hitler angle, a low angle, make you look prominent, right? Help them out a little bit.
All right.
Was watching. It got very few views. I think it would have gotten. I think they said like 5 million. There's no way it was ever going to get that, but I think it would have gotten a lot more views if the stream had actually been working. But
so the entire time he's handling this with candor, right? And he's pushing back where he has to push back.
The purpose of the event was not to sell out an auditorium. They weren't selling tickets. They weren't trying to. It was for OPSEC reasons. It was supposed to be a very protected, private, small event where it's basically just the speakers and some of their personal friends and a live stream to be consumed digitally. That the tech failed. So anyways, I went because I wanted to make the connections with some of these people, and that was very fruitful, very privileged that I got to meet some of these great people. And I also wanted to go to voice my point of view, to essentially say a one-issue party that's united on nothing other than we don't like Israel is never going to work. And that was my speech. And the last thing I'll say is that was my speech at America First United. My speech was basically, this doesn't work. And
yes, you cannot work with Democrats. Couldn't agree more. Fully support that.
I got, half of the room was applauding louder than for any other speech. So most of the people there, or at least half of them, agreed. And so, I feel like it was valuable. I'm glad that I went. But the criticism in the aftermath, I think, unfortunately, is merited. It was an idea that was just not a good idea. It's not going to work. And if it did work, even if it did work, that raging Democrats and these people, Muslims and Christians can all get together and win an election just on being anti-Israel.
Arden Party from the chat. The enemy of your enemy is very rarely your friend. The enemy of my enemy isn't my friend. The enemy of my enemy is useful. My friends are my friends.
Yeah.
Even if the idea worked in terms of having the numbers to win, it wouldn't do anything else. We would win and maybe cut off AIPAC, but then do what?
This is why I say it's like the French Revolution with these people. Like, well, what else are we gonna do, Ardy? What else can we do? What are we leading toward? Well, it's the only other option. Well, then what do you do? Even if you go out and commit violence, then what happens?
I mean, this is the thing. Like, what? Like, you're gonna unite against Israel, right? But America still has a two-party system. Okay,
Yes.
so if the Democrats get back in,
yeah,
do you think it's going to be these people that control the Democrat Party, or do you think it's going to be the fucking Tides Foundation and Act Blue and Hillary Clinton and all of her little fucking gremlins who have like institutional heft, all the money, all the connections, they know all the governors, they know all the mayors, right? Like, you're dreaming, right? They'll get back in and they will unleash a wave of censorship, the likes of which you have never fucking seen. And I know this because all of the US censorship industrial complex gremlins are currently over in the UK waiting out, helping the EU. Like, and the UK government is even giving the ones that have remained in the US, they're even giving them money to just like sustain them until Trump gets out of office so they can revivify this entire horrible censorship complex, like fucking Jonathan Greenblatt rising from the grave. It's gonna be a bloodbath.
Yeah, but that all goes away if somebody, hurts his butler,
Oh,
it all changes.
Flood the country with a ton of foreigners, murder a bunch more babies, dox ICE agents, and put people like me in jail. So it was a bad idea.
I think the position he's going for and the position that Andrew Wilson is going for is assertive, palatable, and less dissident the more that time goes on. Even like I understand how you're still in the mindset where like pro-white people shouldn't talk to the media, but like look at but it's been like that for over a decade. It's been like that for a long time. But then in the past couple of years, in the past 2 years, they're the good guys, no matter how the media paints them. So I think people like Andrew Wilson and Joel Webbin are really trying to come up early on like, this is what the platform has.
I just hate seeing yet another 60 Minutes, like, ginned up, like, they search around, they find like the person who looks like the ultimate worst on camera, right? Who's got no media training at all, and they stick him up against like some like slick professional, and then they edit the shit out of it, right? I mean, but someone was saying in the chat that the 60 Minutes thing is backfired massively. So I don't know, maybe I'm incorrect on this, right? Like maybe the strategy is in fact to like do it and just like let them like, hang themselves on their own petard by being like, look at all these white people trying to help them hurricane victims. Like, don't you know? Like,
it just doesn't work anymore because now everyone's mom and grandmother has already been called a white nationalist. So then when you point at that guy and call him a Nazi, maybe 6 years ago you weren't called a Nazi. Now you've been called a Nazi. So when you call that guy a Nazi, you go, I've been called that.
Yeah.
Just seems like a nice guy. And then I can cap this off. We got Tucker after this, right?
Yeah, actually we got Fuentes' response. Which
Very nice. I'm going to end this with what he says about Fuentes then. Perfect.
Yep.
And here we are.
Something that doesn't belong to you. Nick is the rightful, leader of this America First coalition. And the only thing I'll say with that, I agree that Nick deserves immense credit for the work that he's done. There's just no denying that. And everybody knows it's not a secret that I appreciate Nick and consider him a friend. I don't know all the behind the scenes stuff with the hosts, but I asked them when they asked me to speak, I said, well, that was one of my first questions. Is Nick going to be there? And I was told that he was invited, that they reached out to him and invited him. And they told me that it was inconclusive, is the way that they presented it to me, was he might be there. So all the way up to the actual event, arriving there Friday night. So I knew by Saturday, but Friday night when I showed up, I was still under the impression, not that Nick would be there, but that it was a maybe, that he might be show up as a surprise guest or come in.
It seems like a good amount of their speakers, it was kind of like that. It was kind of like maybe like even when we listened to William, he's like, yeah, she's not coming. And then later on, he says that she just texted me, she's here. So a lot of people were showing up as the event was going on. A fucking absolute nightmare.
Right.
Fist,
right.
I will now hand it to you.
Okay, right. So let's have a look at Nick's response. Nick's response to this massive shit show, shall we?
Before we even get to the interview, I do just want to talk about this event. So I don't even know what this is. Okay, that's the best part. I discover last week that there's this convening, there's this meeting of the minds, a true think tank. There's this conference being held in Ohio this weekend. I only find out about it last week. It's called America First United, I think. And the only reason I find out about it is because people start posting the promo card with all the speakers, and it's Faith Merrill and Jake Shields and the usual suspects. And I saw that, and then there's all this fighting about it on Twitter, and so-and-so got invited, and this one didn't get invited. And so people asked me about it on Friday, and I said, I don't even know what this is, okay? I don't know who's behind it. I don't know who's running it. I have nothing to do with that, and I'm just not going to weigh in, okay? I wish them the best. Well, they hold this event, and it's like a complete optical disaster. I'm not trying to be mean-spirited. I know it's difficult to do an event. I've done many events in my life. Real quick. I know they're extraordinarily
everyone else
difficult
that's
to pull
talking
off
about
and
this
to do right. It's a million.
Everyone else that's been talking about this is unbelievably charitable, which is why I had to do a stream about it where I'm fucking very mean, dude. Everyone who went's being way too nice for as fucking horrific as it was. Please continue.
Things that go into it. So I'm not trying to be negative. I'm not trying to be overly critical, but it didn't go very well. And there were a lot of things about it that were ill-conceived. The speakers they invited, they're trying to do this thing where they bring together the right and the left and Muslims and Christians. And I understand this impulse for an ecumenical movement like that, where we're all united in our antipathy towards Israel. It just never works in practice because people have real beliefs and ideologies, and these things clash on a deep level. And so in some ways, that's just not going to work. And anyway, so they do this event. Everybody's clowning on it. Everybody's laughing at these people. And it just doesn't look good. Okay, it's not a good look. And sure enough, I get blamed for it. Sure enough, everybody is saying, oh, look, the Groypers held a conference this weekend. The Groypers, what part of, how can you call it a movement? Do we have to do I'm the movement? Hello? It should have always just been about Nick Fuentes. I am the movement. What do you mean the Groypers did an event? There is no Groyper event without me. I wasn't even there. I wasn't there. I had nothing to do with it. I didn't speak there. I wasn't even in the state. And everybody goes, the Groypers held a convention and it sucked. It's like you just can't win. The CNN Groypers, these numbnuts, and the other guy are on CNN in the shirt and the hat being fat slobs. Then, what was the other optical disaster in the past week? Oh, then it was the SPLC thing. You know, I'm not even doing the show. Then I'm in Rome getting my paycheck from David Axelrod in the Vatican. Now this. I don't do the show for the weekend, and they do an event, and I get blamed
remember
for
all the
it.
Lindsay-ites were
Dan,
like, ooh,
Dan.
notice who's not doing a show right now. Hello?
Don't.
It looks
Don't.
like you're muted.
You know what?
Is it me or you?
Sorry, had a bit of lag on my machine.
Oh,
this
okay.
this thing's
You're
starting to
good.
die.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
And listen, this is just interesting. I'm just going to say this. So I heard that the event organizer said something to the effect of America First is bigger than Nick Fuentes. Someone said that this was said. I heard this was said somewhere. And listen, I'm just pointing something out. And I'm not trying to be shitty when I say this, although it's going to come across that way. You want America first without Nick Fuentes? Well, you got it. You saw what that looks like. I'll just say that much, okay? I don't know if that's true. I heard it was said. Somebody said it's a he said, she said thing. Somebody said
That's a
that
banger
somebody
line.
else said on a call or something that, you know, it doesn't matter that a bunch of people that hated me were in attendance, and it doesn't matter that I wasn't there. They said because it's bigger than him. Well, I don't know if it's bigger without me, but certainly that's what it looks like without me. I'll just say that much. And you could do with that information what you want, but that's the truth. You want America first without Nick Fuentes? Well, you got a little preview. You got a little taste of that.
Pause it. I don't even think he fully knows how fucking bad it was. I don't even think he really knows. Even the fellas don't know how truly bad it was. Fellas, it was 9 hours. Okay, it was really bad.
No one's watching like a whole 9 hours.
It was.
Maybe
It was.
you.
I would have, but it was unwatchable. I've watched an 8-hour debate between Andrew Wilson and fucking Not So Ardy. Think I'm not going to watch this shit show of an event? It was impossible. The audio was all fucked up. I downloaded the 9-hour stream. It's a 30 gigabyte file, and it's unlistenable. Every second, it goes dead silent. Every 5 seconds for 9 hours. Oh my! Yeah.
Dude.
I don't care how big your Twitter account is. I don't care, you know, how viral the posts are. That's what you got. So good luck. It's time to recognize this is America first. There is no other America first. There is no other America first. There is no America first without this. This is the movement. It's time for a little recognition. You tried it. You tried it. You saw how that went. This is the movement. And you don't have to like that, and you don't need to love that, but that's just the way it is.
If you listen to the Groyper X Spaces, this America First movement doesn't sound very white, and it doesn't sound very natalist. It sounds like it's eternally 20 years old.
Now, you know, you might think this is quite egotistical on Nick's part, but he is basically correct, right? The goal of the establishment is going to be to co-opt the Groypers, right? Co-opt America First, remove Nick and replace him with someone like Nayland Haley, right? Some other like brash talking young man who is like inside the system, and then redirect that energy back into the mainstream Republican Party, right? I can already see the talking points. Yes, we acknowledge that you have grievances, but really you have to acknowledge that Israel is still our greatest ally, or like failing that, like,
I feel like this strategy used to work very well, but never before have we been better at getting out in front of these things, I think is the issue they're running into.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think at a certain point they're just going to have to try and remove Nick. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I don't think there's any way of sort of co-opting this thing out from under him, which is
very inconvenient.
Very, very inconvenient. I mean, what are you going to offer him? Sex, I don't think that's going to work. Money, I don't think that's going to work, right? Ideology, he already has it. Ego, he already has it. Like what are you going to offer him? Like, I just don't know, right? It's very, very inconvenient. Shall we do super chats, then we'll get on to the Tucker New York Times?
Sure.
New GM for $5. Thank you, Nuji. No Fist, you got hacked with those fake links. Now he is going to journal your lism. Oh no, not my lism.
That's how it goes. Lismless.
Letty Grad for $5. Thank you, mate. Random stare thought. James Lindsay was right, and his escape hatch are actually the same thing.
That's him saying he was right, is the escape hatch.
Yep.
God forbid, Fist, it's a shower thought. No, well, Ardy, turns out the history of that was technically called stare thoughts. Okay.
Esprit de l'escalier, I believe is the.
Thank you for being even more pompous. I appreciate that.
Well, it was someone in chat who actually like posted the whole thing, but yeah. New gem for $10. Thanks, Nuge. Starting to think we need to start generating meme terms for OPSEC, because I feel like lawyers are going to start to be OPSEC advisors and be the guys really focused on OPSEC. But we do need OPSEC. Perhaps we could start calling it PoopSec.
Yeah, what if we called OPSEC discernment, right? What if there was a book, right, that helped you decipher these types of situations, right? What if that book what if that book was able to be read to you by someone at bedtime? His name was Fist, and it was to me. Right? What if someone could read this book to you?
Thanks, Nuge.
Oh wait, no, Bible studies tonight.
Stephen Alvarez for $5. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike.
Complete and utter BS out of his mouth. Is Nick honestly playing the I'm not that connected as people assume I am? That is total BS.
That's OPSEC. You're supposed to say that. I mean, what are you supposed to talk about how connected he is?
Yeah.
You think I tell you guys about the conversations I have in the background, which are few and far between, but they've happened? You can only imagine the conversations he has in the background.
Right. Super chat's achieved. Right. Last but not least, Tucker was on a struggle session with the New York Times. This Yenta was I mean, look, you've seen this shit a million times before, right? Do you disavow this? Do you disavow that?
Hold on 1 second. How does she smell though?
Stinky yentas?
Stinky. She's stinky.
It cut the front off the sample. I hate how it does that.
Every time, can you just ignore it? Play it cool, man. We've been in the end zone before. Let's play it cool, all right?
Goddamn StreamYard. Fix your shit. Okay. So this is, Tucker did this like really well. Watching people try and struggle Tucker Carlson is always a delight.
Who do you think is more morally repulsive, Ted Cruz?
Who do you think is more morally repulsive?
Ted Cruz. Ted Cruz is a sitting U.S. senator who has called for the killing of people who did nothing wrong, whole populations who advocated for this war. Nick Fuentes is like a kid. He's like 26 or 7. He has no power except his words. Here you have a public official who we pay, who has actual power, who's voting for things, who's making policy decisions. And those decisions would include, in fact, they are focused on the murder of people who did nothing wrong. And yet no one thinks it's a big deal. Well, this is totally fine. I mean, if there's tape of Nick Fuentes saying we should kill people because we hate their parents, or it's okay to kill children, I would love to see the tape because that's disgusting. And that's basically what the entire U.S. Senate does every single day, and no one notices. Nick Fuentes said something naughty that I disagreed with. He made fun of things that I don't think I would never make fun of them.
He's a white nationalist who's denied the Holocaust. And what I will say,
Okay,
from
but
my
is
own
that worse than
understanding,
killing kids?
from my
I'm not done speaking. Notice that doesn't stop her in her tracks somehow.
No, of course not. Right? Because this is not a debate. This is not a discussion. Right? Like this is just. I mean, it's amazing, man. He's like, I mean, I'm not into like sports ball, but I believe there's like a football thing where you like you dodge and you weave, and it's just amazing.
Juke. It's a juke.
It's a juke. Okay, right.
my understanding of my own, I was just in Germany recently, and it was such a good reminder that the Holocaust didn't start with the gassing of Jews. It started with the dehumanization of Jews. That was used.
So let me get this straight.
It's the
right?
slippery slope. It's the epitome of a slippery slope argument.
So you can't criticize the moves for anything, because if you do, no matter like what shenanigans they get up to, it's just a short hop, skip, and a jump to the Holly Bush. Like,
hey, when you take that first sip of water to your mouth, well, you don't want to know who else does that. People getting ready to say something anti-Semitic. Okay, so really think about what you're doing.
This is goddamn Theodore Adorno. This is Hannah Arendt, right? This is all like the post World War II thing that like what happened in Germany just it sprung up for no reason whatsoever, right? Oh my god, I'm so tired of this.
And again,
Right.
that is what it
I
concerns
couldn't agree
people.
more. And that's why when you have a U.S. senator, a member of Congress, a U.S. ambassador waving away civilian deaths as if they don't matter, that's the language of genocide, which results, and this is the lesson of the Holocaust.
No, Tucker, no, you don't understand, right? It's totally okay if they use that kind of language against the Browns, right? That's totally acceptable. Mate, I
It
feel
sounds
like
like he has to go to classes, doesn't it?
he needs to go to Goy Beam class is what he needs, mate. Like
The beam isn't taking.
the beam is not taking. Catch that guy. He has escaped the Goy Beam.
And it has. So the lesson for me, really, watching all of this, is that this can happen in civilized countries. In all human beings, there is the capacity to ignore the evil right in front of you. And my point is, it's happening right now. And my job, to the extent I have one, I don't really have a job, but I just want to remind people that we're all capable of that, including me, and that we're watching it right now. And if you think that Nick Fuentes is a greater threat to other human beings than Ted Cruz, I would love to know how.
I can imagine people hearing this and thinking you are soft pedaling Nick Fuentes.
Dude, I am at this point unbelievably sensitive to how sentences start. I can imagine. I don't care. My brain turns off immediately when she goes, I can imagine. Oh, can you? It's like when I've noticed this with Andrew Wilson is talking to certain lefties where they go, I think, and he goes, oh, you think? Oh, is that what you think? It's 1 degree off course. As soon as you start your sentence like that, it's done. I think, I imagine, I believe. Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
You are
I'm
apologizing for Nick
hardly
Fuentes.
soft-pedaling Nick Fuentes. I'm trying to awaken people to killing of innocents in our midst, which we are not only encouraged to ignore, but really told to ignore on pain of being denounced. And I'm just saying, no, I'm not doing that.
That's very, very antiseptic. Wait, hang on. Is this the same? I think this is.
Obviously, Turning Point is just one organization trying to reach youth on the right, but you also have Nick Fuentes, the far right white nationalist influencer, who's called Hitler.
I love it. Pause it.
Um,
It's the same thing when they say like Nazi, like far right white nationalist. Oh, as opposed to the Democratic white nationalist. You know,
Yes.
This is like
Yes.
transphobic, racist, xenophobic. It's just so redundant.
What about the black nationalists?
He's
Do
a
we not
Nazi,
care
he's a
about them?
Nazi fascist. Oh, okay. As opposed to the different kinds of Nazi fascist. Yeah.
Oh mate, it'd be freaking hilarious. Like if a bunch of like black activists like started like going the full fash, right? And they'd be like far right black nationalists. You'd be like, wait, you can't be far right and be a black nationalist. What are you fucking talking about?
Hey, yo, come here, young brothers. You really want to piss off the white man? Yo, let me tell you what you got to do, okay? That's how
Sit
I'll
down
do
and
it.
Listen to this speech, brothers.
I'll get some nice digital blackface, or I'll put on the White Rabbit Daft Punk helmet. They won't know who I am. I'll just use a voice changer.
who also has a huge following among young right-leaning men. How do you see Fuentes in terms of the future of the right? So you see, what I'm trying to understand is you see that as Fuentes' power waning?
For sure. Well, I don't know Fuentes in particular. I mean, never even.
You notice that like really heavy cut.
Yeah.
I wonder what that skipped.
Something
This is
wasn't good.
This is from the Telegraph. So no. Or is that the New York Times? I don't know. It's from some media outlet.
Oh no, it's New York
I wasn't even
Times.
aware of Fuentes. I mean, again, I'm just in a different world, right? Okay, so I read the New York Times or whatever. Like I'm just older. Okay, so I'm not an expert on Fuentes's reach or even what he's saying day to day. I really don't know, but he has been caricatured as a race guy, which he may be, by the way. It was like mad about the Jews or black people or whatever. But I'm just telling you, I think the future, the energy, not just on the right, but I think right and left agree on this, under 30, is that young people shafted by older people, particularly by the baby boomers, people born between 46 and 64. And I think they're right about that. I do think that's like the most selfish generation, most loathsome, mediocre generation in this country.
Pause
ever
it real
produced.
quick. We have an ortho bro, okay, in back channels in the community. And that everything's great with his family. His dad isn't passing anything down to him. And his dad's like, haha, I'm going to spend all this money before I die. Isn't that wild? Like this is an actual archetype of person that exists.
Well, this is a result of the denazification program that was rolled out across the West. A big part of that, right, was to stop the West, anyone in the West, from thinking of themselves as a people.
Yep.
But to get them to think of themselves as individuals. And if you stop thinking of yourself as a people, there's no urge to continue that people, which means that there's no real urge to like properly look after your family. That's how you got all this.
They did a pretty good job.
That's how you got all this shit in the 70s and the 80s and the 90s of like, well, son, you're 18 now. I guess I better kick you out of the house. You can go live with all the junkies. You know,
Well, that's the thing is that like black people say white people are boring, and it's like, yeah, we don't believe in, we've been discouraged from believing in God, and we can't be racist. So what the fuck? Yeah, it is fucking boring. Yeah, but it's not like organically boring. It's like we've been sentenced to this boredom.
Now, son, you got to pull yourself up by your own bootstraps, and the way to do that is to go live downtown where all the junkies are. Get yourself a job at McDonald's and find yourself a nice girl with piercings and needle marks. You'll do fine. What the fuck, man?
Oh, Papa Fist.
It's just I know so many people who are like fucked up by that dynamic, right? Like entire neighborhoods of fucking people. Like it's just the most sad shit you've ever
It's
seen.
the generation that says to their kids, "You'll figure it out." That's what I was told. You'll figure it out. It's like,
Yeah.
you know how difficult this shit is to figure out.
But not only that, right? Like all the boomers, like were imagining that the world had not changed since they were young, right? Like all of the shit that was like brought in like the 90s and the 2000s, like all the fucking drugs and everything. They had no experience of that. They really thought they were like kicking their kids out into like, the 50s, like white picket fences and stuff. And it's like, dude, no.
But in general, I would say their behavior has been shameful and
I
selfish.
mean, Fuentes wants America to be a white Christian nation, among other things.
Okay, well, he's very good at defending the New York Times, but I think the real issues are not about Fuentes or even about race. Immigration has a direct effect on economics.
I can tell you don't want to.
Mate, the jump cuts in this are very disturbing.
Jaunting.
Like, oh my God. I wonder if we can get the full version of this.
Talk about Fuentes.
Well, I don't have what to say.
Let me,
I just think,
let me,
like, okay, he said naughty things about this, that, or the other thing. Okay.
No, well, you caused a big. I'm focusing on you. This is an
I
interview.
didn't cause anything. People got hysterical. How can you talk to this man?
When
I talk to people.
Brought Fuentes onto your show.
I've interviewed Ted Cruz, who's calling for the murder of innocents. I don't think Fuentes is doing that.
But that conversation was pretty friendly.
People say that. I mean, whatever. Okay, I'm naughty for talking to Fuentes, but
you've been doing this for decades. I mean, I have watched you and your shows for a very long time. And you obviously have a very savvy understanding of how to approach your interviews and how they're going to land. Why?
I don't know about that, but yeah.
Well,
I don't think I'm that savvy. Maybe I'm underselling myself.
Hide the power level, fellas.
Oh God, hilarious.
I mean, why did you want to handle it the way that you did? You started with.
Well, I've explained this a million
about,
times, but I'll explain it very crisply.
No, you started,
No, I noticed that no one
talking
else
about his background and where he grew up. It's a different kind of interview than the one when I look at Ambassador Huckabee.
I've known Huckabee for over 30 years. Huckabee's been a public figure for over 30 years.
But
He was
one
the
was
governor
prosecutorial.
three
You were
times.
building a case. The other one was friendly. I mean, you were wrestling quite vigorously with.
If I agreed with everything Fuentes said, I would just say so. I would just say so. Like, there's no the effort to kind
the
of.
kosher centrists love doing this, where they're like, "Well, you treated this person this way." Has anybody noticed that I only treat Fist like how I treat Fist? It's Fist. It's a different fucking person, right? I don't treat anyone else like Fist. What the fuck kind of point is that?
They're just mad, right? Like he didn't get Fuentes on and be like, "So Nick Fuentes, why you be racist, bro?" Right? And then like he explains and be like, "Yes, but why you be racist, bro?"
Dude,
like
I made an edited video on this when Trigonometry had on Dave Smith. They were like grilling him about responsible platforming and talking to Nick Fuentes. Then I showed them talking to Hassan Piker, and it was a fucking layup when they talked to an actual communist, dude. Oh, it was softball the entire time.
Of course. They love to talk to the far left.
Like divine my motives when I state my motives clearly. I think I'm telling the truth.
I know, but as you have
Well, let me
acknowledged
just
in this
state- let me
interview,
just state my motives.
you use questions sometimes as a
If,
form
if
of.
I could just state my motives, and you can either believe me or not, and I've done this many times, but I'll do it once more and say, I never heard of Fuentes. I first heard him because he was attacking me and my family, which enraged me. I did fall for the bait. And so then I thought, well, this guy seems like I keep hearing he's very influential. Let's have him on, hear what he has to say. So I did that. And on the question of hating Jews because they're Jews, I'm opposed. I told him that to his face. Lots of people decided that I should have taken a different tone. Okay, do your own interview with Fuentes if you want. That's okay with me. But I guess what I've come to believe, I didn't feel it was a significant interview, especially on any level, except the extent it was used to try and make me into a Nazi, which, again, I'm not. I would admit it.
Oh, did he fucking talk to Nick Fuentes? And we're still talking about it, by the way. How long ago was that?
Oh my God! Like how long ago did the
Were we
Tucker
still?
call?
Were we using Restream back then? Were we even
think
using
we
the
might have
fucking
been.
shit we're using now? How long ago was that? It feels so long ago when he talked to him.
You'd have to scroll back through the back catalog, man. It has been ages. Like, I think the Tucker class hit like not long after we started the show, man. Like, it's been a while, man. My
I
God.
think we definitely talked about Nick Fuentes, and then we were very excited. Yeah, that he was actually talking about and to Nick Fuentes. Remember that?
Yeah.
Dude. Even 6 months ago, to talk about Nick Fuentes, but now Now it's very normal that people have talked to Nick Fuentes, and there's nothing they can do.
And then Fuentes was on Piers Morgan,
Oh.
and he rolled out Norman Finkelstein. And everyone started
Oh.
memeing the shit out of it. Oh, good times.
That
Good times.
That undid 80 years of propaganda in like fucking 20 minutes. Can we agree on that? It fucking really did.
Mate.
It's funny now.
Oh.
Hey, there's kids making Instagram videos with their fucking nurse tags on, making fun of the moose. You think that would have happened without that conversation, dude? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, talking about a massive backfire. My God.
You've been talking
Cultural
on your
lightning
show
rod.
about whether
Sorry?
He's a cultural lightning rod.
Right.
Trump is the Antichrist.
I have not said that.
On your show, the day after Easter, you noted he did not put his hand on the Bible during his swearing-in
Correct.
ceremony as president. You said, and I'm quoting, maybe he didn't put his hand on the Bible because he affirmatively rejects what's inside that book. And then on a recent
Why didn't Trump put his hand on the Bible when he was sworn in? Is it because he knew he was lying? I'm just saying, right? Like, you know, that would be the sort of the Christian thing to do. Or are the rumors that he converted to Judaism correct? I don't know. But like that is, I mean, how the,
It's incredible that you could have a non-Christian. Like, he's not Christian, so like if you have a non-Christian putting their hand on a Bible, does it mean anything? If I put my hand on a Bible, would it mean anything?
no. Well, I mean, it would to you.
denominationally. Denominationally. Of course, I
would-
wouldn't do that to be, yeah.
No, it would to you because, you know, deep down, right? Like,
I
but-
can't even use myself as an example of an atheist anymore. Every time I try and do this, you're like, not really, Ardy. I've talked to a lot of atheists, Ardy. Not really you, no. You're denying me access to atheism when I talk to you.
That's right. I am ruthlessly denying your atheism. It's probably a hate crime, bro. Like, you know.
show, you went further saying, here's a leader who's mocking the gods of his ancestors, mocking the God of gods, and exalting himself above them. Could this be the Antichrist?
I actually did not say, could this be the Antichrist? Here's a leader who.
Now notice how they cut it at that point.
Oh, cut it real
right?
quick.
So apparently he went on to clarify this statement. Okay, but they then cut it in because I mean, because it's like a hack job, right? Sorry, did you have something you want to play?
No.
Okay.
Who's mocking the gods of his ancestors, mocking the God of gods, and exalting himself above them. Could this be the Antichrist? Well, who knows? I don't know where that comes from, but I know that those words never left my lips because I'm not sure I fully understand what the Antichrist is. If there's just one, I actually tried to understand it. I may have said some are asking that. I'm not weighing in on that because I don't understand it.
This is why I like Tucker Carlson so much. He's so good. That would be permissible in court. He's so good at couching his language. But this is what the left does all the fucking time. And this is, I mean, who do you think runs the media? So who do you think came up with the concept of quote unquote media trained? So he's really good where he can sneak in his jab, but he always gives himself a way out. We can really learn a lot from Tucker's rhetoric.
Oh yeah, no, I agree. Like I have gotten a lot just
Look
from
at that freeze frame of him. I'd be mad at that guy.
You can get a lot of like good media training by like just watching people who are really skilled in the art. You know what I mean?
Your Easter episode was titled in part a warning to Christians everywhere.
Yeah.
And so my interpretation was that you were warning other Christians.
That hit me out of nowhere, fellas. Oh wow, he is mugging for the camera for that one. Yeah.
Christians sort of not to follow a false prophet.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm warning.
And that false prophet being President Trump in this case.
And Netanyahu. There are a lot of evangelical Christians who are convinced that God wants you to support Netanyahu, which I find incomprehensible.
You know, Christian evangelicals in this country have been a hugely important part of President Trump's coalition. Many support Israel because they believe the creation of the state of Israel fulfills biblical prophecy. They're called Christian Zionists. Would you like to see those Christians stop supporting the state of Israel in the way that they do?
Of course, immediately. On many different grounds, but it's really simple. Christians can never support the murder of innocents, period. That's just a bright red line. Find a place where Jesus is like, these people are annoying, kill them all. It's not there. So where are you getting this? Now, I'm, once again, hardly a theologian, but I just don't know. And I've asked many Christian Zionist leaders who will speak to me. Now it's just like, they won't talk to me, but I certainly asked Ted Cruz this. I asked Mike Huckabee this. I tried to ask Franklin Graham, but I sincerely want to know where this is coming from. It can't all be from the book of Esther.
Well, I mean, you did have exactly this contentious interview with Ambassador Huckabee. He's the ambassador to Israel, where you talked to him about Christian Zionism for quite some time. And in that interview, you know, it's very interesting. I'm a former Israel-Palestine Correspondent, you were pressing him on
Pause it.
if the mod.
Do you see what she did with her hand? Let's do some body language right now. I was like a correspondent. That didn't seem very confident at all that she was a correspondent.
Yeah. Yeah, that does seem
What do you
like...
call? I was we always make up terms for ourselves, us moos and commies. It says correspondent.
Uh-huh.
Correspondent, you were pressing him on if the modern state of Israel as a homeland for the Jewish people today has legal or biblical legitimacy. You were sort of questioning him on this idea, and you went round and round on this for quite some time. And I was just wondering what you were trying to get at there.
I was trying to get at an answer, which I couldn't get, and instead was accused of hate for trying to evoke an answer to a very simple question. And the question was, on what basis are you making this claim? People whose ancestors didn't live here now occupy the land. That's very common in history, by the way. I'm not even objecting to it. What I'm objecting to is the claim that it's God's will and that Israel, because of this, has the unique right to exist. Okay, where does that right come from? Well, the right comes from the Bible. Okay, well, I'm not a Bible scholar, but I've certainly read it a lot. And I said to him, what are the borders? Because my read of Genesis is that there was a big hunk of land. That's the Middle East. Does Israel have a right? Because you're referring to this text as the basis of the right to have that land. And he said, fine with me. So like on many levels, theological and diplomatic, kind of a big thing to say. The White House was annoyed that he said it out loud. I was grateful that he did, because it's good to know what the terms are. And the second question I asked, which is, okay, if Israel has a right derived from this scene in Genesis, then to whom does it apply? Who are Abraham's heirs? And he said, well, the Jews. And I said, okay. And by the way, just to be clear, these are not conversations that I sought. I was never interested in this topic. Like, Israel's a country with borders and sovereignty and a seat at the UN. And it's a nation state like ours, like every country. The second you start telling me that as a Christian, I'm obligated to support the government of this country, then I have a right to ask you what you're talking about. It's that simple. So, okay, fine. I flew all the way to Israel, which I didn't want to do. And I asked him, what are you talking about? To whom does this right apply? And on what basis? Shut up, anti-Semite. Okay, now. So from my perspective, that was like the most revealing conversation I think I've ever had.
Why, though, were you...
He clearly came away with the wrong answer to that, mate.
So interested in those questions about...
Why? Because we're now in a war which is in the process of destroying the United States economy and getting Americans killed.
Why are you interested in this question? Is there something wrong with you? You're too overly interested in Israeli history. Notice no one ever says to the Moos, right, that they're too interested in Gentile history.
Well, here's the thing. If I was asked, why are you so interested in that? And I felt like it was a bad faith interlocutor, I would go, is there something that you think I should be more interested in? I would constantly put it back onto them. As like, do you find it unacceptable? There's no way I would like rack my brain as to why I'm interested to talk to a person that doesn't give a shit what the answer is.
Yeah.
Killed because Israel pushed the United States president, who caved. I'm not giving him a pass, but that's just a fact. That's what happened. I saw it. And Israel has that power in our Congress, not because we have so many Jews. I don't know how many Jews live in the United States, fewer than 10 million, I think, but because we have tens of millions of evangelical Christians who unquestioningly support Israel because they believe it's their theological duty to do so. So on this question hangs the future of the American economy and the lives of American service members. There's no more important question. And the effort to push me away from that question by calling me names, calling me a hater, saying I'm obsessed with Israel, okay, I would be grateful never to think about it again. I find Israel actually geostrategically irrelevant, except to the extent that we imbue it with past largely of evangelical Christians. So you can see there's a one-to-one correlation between these questions and the future of my country. Mike Huckabee and the people he represents have made it the nation's.
This is not going the way she hoped.
She's overwhelmed. She's overwhelmed.
just to get back to why you talk to Nick Fuentes.
Can we go back to the other thing, please?
Business. At which point, it is entirely fair. In fact, it's a requirement of good citizenship to press him on what are you talking about? And he refused to answer those questions. At which point I say, as someone who's still committed to reason, you've been exposed as a fraud and or a liar.
Savage.
Ain't supposed to
fucking savage. Right.
And just
we got a few
the entire time. Oh, sure.
We got a couple more super chats.
Oh, I do declare.
Let me see.
Yes.
CSI for $5. Thank you very much, mate.
Okay.
Were you aware that the real lesson from Animal Farm is that actual communism hasn't been tried yet? Food for thought. Thank you very much. CSI.
Wow. You never know what you can learn from the chat. Incredible.
Yeah, well, I think you've got to read the new version, the properly edited version. That apparently they dug up Orwell from his grave and conducted like a seance, and they found out that his real intention was a much different book. You know what I mean?
Well, they are the ultimate interpreters.
Of course. I is the Night for $5. Thank you, mate. Wife said, as a BIPOC, I need to reach the kids' Black American achievements. I told her they eat peanut butter. They know they contributed.
See? You see, fellas? What am I going to deny? A BIPOC? No, you're on my team, bro. Yes, absolutely.
And peanut butter is delicious.
Hands down.
Washington Carver W. A rat named Mouse for $5. Thank you, mate. I keep getting this one ad about how tariffs are bad, and one of the speakers cries about how she's scared for her future and can't retire. She's 65. Oh my god. And Jilly Longballs for $5. Thank you, mate. Fist pronunciation of hilarious makes me want to dump tea in the harbor. Oh, I could
hilarious. Hilarious.
You
say hilarious. We say hilarious. Now, to you, that might sound like a very small difference. I've always noticed it and never said anything to you. That's hilarious.
Would it be too much to get a bit of harbor tea, or would that be highly homosexual?
Try saying hilarious.
I can say hilarious. I just like to say hilarious because it sounds hilarious.
It is a more hilarious way to say hilarious, definitely.
I know, right? Right, Super Chat's achieved. Thank you so much for coming, everyone. We will be back on Friday night. Thursday night will be another episode of Clown-Based Lifeforms. We'll probably have like an interview dropping on Saturday night, something like that. Check out all of my stuff on my channel. It's there's stuff. You got another stream coming up, Ardy? You gonna like do this?
Well, it's really funny you say that because some might know me as the Great Miscegenator, okay? But also, I am known as the motherfucking Vindicator N-word because Verillium right now is streaming, and his stream is called "I'm Not Right Wing, I'm Leaving the Right." Fellas, discernment, fellas, discernment. So I owe you guys some sort of Verillium stream. There's already so much. So I'll be building up to that. Is what it looks like right now, depending on what I dig up, like the little gremlin I am.
Mate, yeah, I mean, if only someone could have seen that coming, right, Ardy?
Yeah. I feel good, baby.
Thanks to everyone who said in Super Chats. We will see you for the next one. Good night, fellas.
And I will be sending you to Jake Rattlesnake. Say rhetorically defective. Okay? You said Ardy and Fist. He watched it. He thinks I'm Australian. Okay? It seems like, though, he did see my spoon stream. Okay? So if you could please just say rhetorically defective. Fist is already going to forget about me. Okay? He's already almost on to greater and greener pastures. People are coming in to the stream and be like, "Oh, dude, did everyone see what Fist did? Everyone see?" He's already forgetting about me. Okay, so
never
rhetorically defective. Okay,
never. At least I would never forget a fellow Australian, even though I know you try and hide it. Right? I know deep inside you're just a cuddly little wombat, mate. You don't have to be ashamed anymore. You should just embrace your Australianness.
Have a good night, fellers.
Night.
Ardy and Fist. Ardy and Fist. You can be sure that we're both on a list. Ardy and Fist.